The Worst Barney Home Video is a show created by passionate Barney fans for Barney fans. Our love and respect for the Barney franchise and the talented individuals who brought this groundbreaking show to life run deep. This series is not intended as a critique or disparagement of Barney, the creators, or the team behind the show. Instead, it's an opportunity for us to engage in lighthearted discussions and reflect on the home video outings we may not have enjoyed as much as others. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to everyone involved in the creation of Barney, and we invite all of you to join us in this playful and nostalgic journey as we answer the question, what is the least popular Barney home video? This podcast has no affiliation with Mattel Incorporated. Yo, yo, yo. Can you guys hear me now? Let's see. Boom, you can hear me now. Okay, it's so stupid. I don't know why it was muted. It didn't show muted, but thank you. I couldn't see your guys' comments because I was reading the comments that came before. I'll repeat what I said. Someone asked if we're going to have a special guest today, but we're not. That's July 26th. So we'll announce what that is in the coming weeks. But I don't want to announce it today because then a lot of you would just ask us questions over and over again for the next month, and I don't want to deal with that. So in the coming weeks, we'll announce what that guest is. Sorry that you guys couldn't hear me before. It's going to be a double episode, so Purple Rain / the Worst Home Video Stream kind of thing. The first half we'll have our special guests and we'll talk to them, and then we'll go right into the Worst Home Video Stream. Brandon, I saw you on here. You say no invite again. Well, I'll tell you what. Kalen, about an hour ago, maybe less than that, said that we should bring you on, and then I would assume that he would reach out to you, but apparently he did not. So if you want to jump on the stream tonight, you can. I think there's only 3 of us anyway. So you can. Let's see. What else do we got here? Who else is on here? This person says, turn on your, and I assume they meant to say radio, which is hilarious because it's not a radio, it's a microphone. That's funny. I also addressed Jalen's comment about his heart being broken. Sorry, but also welcome. Glad you're here. Andrew Coward says, what's up, everybody? What's up? Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a member of the channel. I really appreciate that. Why were you muted? Because that's what happens when microphones are muted. I don't know. I just figured out I was muted right along with you guys. Welcome in, Omena. Thanks for being here. I'll bring in the other two people that are for sure on the stream tonight. Obviously, we have Malachi, who is somewhere.
Yep.
And Kaylin.
Dude, the whole time I was going, yo, your mic is muted.
I was ignoring you.
I'm texting you. I'm doing everything. You weren't paying attention at all.
I thought it was me because I'm on my phone. I was like, and then I went to go look, and I was like, okay, I'm not the only one that can hear him.
I was paying attention. I saw you. I was ignoring you.
Why are you so mean?
Right.
I don't know what you guys want to talk about. Malachi, is your stuff good?
I'm good. Yes.
Dope. Kaylin, you jumped in after the stream started, so I don't know what you want to talk about today. Hedge is not going to be here, I don't think, because he needs to rest up and take care of himself. So it's just us three, I believe, unless Brandon decides he wants to jump in.
Come on in.
So far, what we have, this is what our bracket looks like so far. Today we're on 2001. So this is what's been voted in all the previous episodes. If you haven't been tuning in to each of those, we're on the we are looking to find out which is the least popular Barney home video. So far, these are our votes. Obviously, as you guys know, once the bracket is completely full, we then break it all the way down till we have one final choice. Roy says, are we still watching Dino Dancing Tunes? No, I don't think so. We were going to watch it mainly because Hedge hadn't seen it. And we could technically do that, but I think, Kaylin, have you seen Dino Dancing Tunes?
Of course.
Yeah, so we've all seen it, so I don't think there's a reason for us to watch it. Also, it's just a hassle of like trying to stream it here, and then maybe it gets flagged for copyright, maybe it doesn't. Going over to Twitch, it's just, I don't want to do that.
What is so funny? Oh my god!
Just you walking in like wherever you are.
Dude, I'm just trying to get home. At least I'm here. That's dedication.
I know. It's just like it looks like you're walking through like a Kmart or something.
Brandon, if you still have the link that we sent you before, it's the same one. If you want to jump in, you can.
All right. He says.
Hedge deserves a break, though, after that banger vid he dropped.
Yes. Yes, he did.
Yeah, if people haven't seen his most recent video, go ahead and watch it. He covered a lot of stuff that if you're not in the Barney History fans group, things have been popping up. There's random t-shirts that are available through Amazon right now that are like officially licensed products. Someone went through the Dallas archives and found a bunch of photos from 1990 with the original Barney suit at a radio event. So those pictures came out and was on History Fans. Hedge covered that a little bit. So yeah, definitely go check out his most recent video if you haven't, and see more about that. Also, if you're not in Barney History Fans, feel free to join the group. And you also can find those pictures within the Backyard Gang Gallery that's now in that group, but then also see other stuff that's happening as we also find out. Jason says, whenever it can fit in Quran, we can bring up that reel I mentioned to you on Messenger yesterday. Is this the one about Dean Wint? Can't remember if that's what you were talking about or not. I gotta pull it up and take a look. I can't remember. Kaylin, I don't remember what your agenda was, but we can go through that if you want.
You basically talked about it all. I mean, we can show the photos of that radio event. It's fascinating to me how long they kept that suit until like it started like really visibly deteriorating. I hope I said that right. Um yeah, I just think it's also fascinating how Barney's image was like changing rapidly over time, and the more his image was changing, the less I guess accurate that suit was in terms of how he was when those videos were the newer videos were coming out. So yeah, I assume that you're about to share them, but yeah, I saw it. It was a shock to me. You also shared something recently from like a live show, right?
That sing along with what it was that
Yeah.
Leah and Brian.
I am almost positive it's another image from that that random school show they did in 1990 with the second Barney suit. It was them in the Backyard Gang on like some school stage. We've only ever seen like 1 or 2 pictures. I think it's 2 pictures. One kind of them on the stage, but then another one of a cast photo where the costume is just in complete darkness.
And that bear wasn't that bear in the picture too?
Yeah. And
they both look scary as hell.
I didn't find those. There's a guy named Alexander who is on Barney History Fans, who shared with me a Google Drive of photos that he's been finding. He was the one who found this photo. I do want to point out this photo right here is an AI enhanced photo. I didn't realize that's the one I shared first. I put it through an enhancer not to alter anything about the image. So nothing is different from the regular image. It's just more less fuzzy. So you can kind of see more of how the suit was deteriorating and things over time. So welcome in, Brandon. So I didn't find those.
Hey.
But I am the one that's posting them right now. So all the credit goes to him. I don't know. He doesn't even know. He's just finding them, so he doesn't really have much information on them. But yeah, there was a black and white photo, I think from a newspaper or something like that, of that sing-along show. It's him, it's Barney, Michael, and Lucy that's in that photo that you can see also on History Fans. So yeah, it's super cool stuff because we never see much of Backyard Gang anymore. It's always the same old stuff usually. And stuff that does exist, you know, is being gate-kept or those kind of things. So it's cool to find new stuff.
I definitely play
of all time.
I hope we start getting like footage of stuff like that too. It'll be nice.
Barney,
I'm wondering what that kid is doing back there. That kid,
yeah, right behind Barney.
There. I'm just now noticing that. That's why
that's what the guy is looking at. So everybody, people were like, "The guy's weird. What is he looking at back there?" But he was paying attention. I'm almost sure it's probably his kid or something.
The kid's still there.
Kids are always
kid tugging it.
Yeah, kids are always fascinated with Barney's tail. You guys, Brandon, I'm sure you know, and Malachi from having a Barney suit. Like, if you ever put it out in public with somebody, kids are fascinated by like messing with the tail and things like that. Like
the tail and the mouth, especially.
Yeah,
I can feel it getting tugged, or like when I hit a kid.
Yep, for sure. Someone said, yeah, you could just see the sweat, the sweat stains from the poor guy. And that's another thing people kept pointing out that was also fascinating to me is how tiny David Voss is in that Barney suit. Like, he's eye level with any average man. I'm almost positive it. Well,
I think it's Joyner. If it's 1990, it's probably Joyner in there.
I don't think it's
Joyner didn't come till 91 though.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's right.
Voss was in the suit at least in the 89 during those videos, so I would assume it's still him.
You know what this might be?
Let's say is Carrie.
No, he didn't.
Or that one lady that they said they hired, and she.
That's what I was just about to mention. It might be that lady that they hired originally.
But I think that would have been covered in the paper. That like Barney couldn't stand.
I had a thought because that lady. What was that little girl's name that had the picture with the Barney suit? She was like in Barney in concert. She was pictured with that suit.
Yeah,
It
I
was
don't
like
remember her
her.
name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it was like the lady
Wasn't she in
from the.
History Fans?
Yes, and then like that lady ended up working with Cheryl and Neiman Marcus, and eventually they stored that suit in their
Sloane
garage.
Coleman.
Not Sloane Coleman, it was another lady.
Oh, okay.
That little girl's mother. I remember she said that they would store that in the
Mhm.
garage, and then at some points, if they did need this suit to go out, they'd either have that woman's husband or older son put that suit on. So that could also be an alternative.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting.
It depends.
It's kind of, we were saying like it's fascinating the fact that it was still around in 90, even though they had the other suit. But then I also was thinking like, if you guys remember the very early years, they didn't just get rid of the suits. Like we assumed every time there was a new one on screen, the other ones were gone. But we saw that picture of like Irene Corey's workshop where you had the season 1 and 2 suit with the season 4 suits. You guys remember that photo? That like they're just
There's
it
a
was
picture of
3
them
of them.
hanging. Yeah, they're hanging up
No,
Yeah.
on
it
hooks.
was 2 season 3 suits. No, no, I
No, those
remember.
were
It was
season 4 suits
Was it?
with the season 1 suit.
That looked like the one they took on like Big Surprise for that first leg.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the like super wide mouth and stuff.
Yeah, that nasty looking,
Yeah.
nasty looking thing. I don't think they. I feel like that rumor of them throwing stuff out. I feel like maybe that was like possibly true for like random alternates, but things that were like major, like season 1 and 2, and then like 94, which was used in like every photo shoot. Those had to have been like kept safe somewhere. Everything else they probably could have tossed. That got like
Yeah,
doubles of it. But
I could
nicer
see
ones
that.
that they needed, they probably kept those.
I think so too. Yeah, for sure.
We'll see.
Tristan
We'll see it
says,
strapped on David's bike one of these days.
yeah, exactly. Tristan asks, "How's it going over there at Sesame Street lately?"
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, no. No, it's fine.
No idea.
You can still watch new episodes of season 50. What are we at? 56 dropping on Netflix.
That's so
Brandon, we
crazy.
saw that
And
a
they're
movie
doing a
is in
movie.
production.
Yeah.
Do you have any word on that?
So what that is, so as most people probably know this, Sesame was almost going to do a movie back in like 2019. They started. It was going to be with oh God, I forget, Anne Hathaway, and it was like Warner Brothers.
Oh, that's my girl.
Yeah, she was going to be the lead in a movie we were doing. This before I was there, but and the scripts were written, the songs were written, the cast was laid out. They were building new puppets for the film that looked a lot nicer for camera, and we were getting all prepped up. And the week we were going to shoot, or they were going to shoot, was the first week of lockdown. So COVID shut that down, and then we just never went back to it. They never went back to it. So I think
we have new variants of like Elmo and all the others for film specific.
But the T with that is because Warner Brothers funded those, because with the way Henson works is you have to like fund the projects like to get stuff like built and refurbished.
Mm-hmm.
So because Warner Brothers funded those builds, we can't use them. So all those new pretty puppets are in the workshop sitting in boxes all labeled like Sesame Movie WB, and we can't touch them.
That's crazy.
So it was like
it makes sense, but it's crazy.
It was better versions of like the characters and like Big Bird, because like Big Bird's a hard character to maneuver, so they like put in new mechanisms in him, made him like lighter for Matt's hand. Can't use him because we would have to buy it from Warner Brothers to use it. Is the case. So I think what that is Sesame bought the rights. I don't know if that means they'll jump into the movie right away if they have the option to, but I don't know. That would be
so
my
they
guess.
Can't. So Sesame can't like just create more of those kinds of puppets and suits and use them.
They could, but they have to get the funding and money for that. Like they can't just. I mean, they make puppets, but there's still has to be like the funding, like because Sesame Workshop hires
and such.
Sesame Workshop hires Henson to do these things. So if it's in the budget to make like a new Elmo or a new Cookie, then that money has to come from them and then give it to Henson, and they'll start production.
Gotcha.
That's kind of how we got Barkley back. If anyone remembers Barkley, our bighorn dog, he hadn't been used in years and was getting refurbished for the movie. But because the movie stopped, they halted production on him. And then we did Cookie Monster's Bake Sale, where there was a bit where they wanted Barkley in it. And they're like, well, he's only half finished, so if you want him in this, if you want to give us the more money to finish building him, which they did, and we got him back.
Interesting.
That's cool. Yeah,
Well,
me and
that's cool.
Karan
Yeah.
we were discussing like ideas and synopsises for this movie. I would like them very much to do what they did like with the original Muppets movie. Like, let's have an origin story for each of these characters and how they developed this community that and called it Sesame Street. He thinks, in which I saw your point, Karan, of like the whole, well, they're going to market Elmo and Zoe and the others as like the core featurette of the movie, so they're not going to do that. But I think that would be interesting.
I think a movie is a good way to blend a lot of the characters together. I mean, like, we kind of saw the evolution of character perspectives with the movies. Like, you had Follow That Bird, which I think is one of the best, not Sesame movies. I think it's one of the best Muppet movies. It's a Muppet movie. And then Elmo and Grouchland, which was fine. I don't have too many fond memories of that. But I don't know what the premise of our original movie was supposed to be. I'm pretty sure probably Elmo was the lead. But,
or at least had a pretty big part.
I believe there was at least
a pretty big check.
I believe there was like one big solo like Big Bird song that was going to be in this film. So Big Bird had a role.
It would be good to see him more because he's kind of just became a supporting character in the last decade.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see him more prominent. He's making money by selling his feathers now.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, let's see. Jason says the reel I mentioned to you, Crown, was just another one that Dean. Oh yeah, okay. We can spend 5 minutes talking about Dean and his weird fetish with Selena and Demi. I think we talked about it enough before. But okay, this brings me to a good point. So Jason is the one that I had to tell this to in History Fans. So obviously this stream is Barney related, Barney focused, but it is not a Barney History Fans thing. So the stuff that we talk about here, inside jokes or whatever else, can't translate over into Barney History Fans. So you can't go over there making statuses about how odd it is that Dean is fascinating over Selena and Demi. We can't do that.
Please don't, because mind you, his last coworkers are also in that group as well. And they can easily
no matter how
tell
weird
what's
it
going
is.
on.
Yeah. We leave that over here on this platform. But it is weird.
I'm not going to touch this conversation.
Nope, me neither. I don't want to say much more about it. I think that's enough.
I have my own opinions on what's happening right now. I saw that video he did.
Which one?
The one that's now deleted, I think. I think talking about how he got Barney or Barney.
He deleted it.
What initially set the fire?
Yeah, and I saw it's deleted now. I was trying to find it yesterday, and it said taken down. I sent it in one of my other group chats, and it was like taken down by upload. I was like,
Yikes.
I don't know.
Okay.
Good for him. Good for him for coming back out into the woodworks and talking about Barney.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if there's nothing more to say.
I don't think it's more or less a fetish. I think I think he's using those two as a means to get himself out there, because everyone knows by this point, like, it's better left unsaid that Bob has more of a following, both from this community and like from the public as well, of like the conventions he goes to, his appearance on social media. Like, for the most part, everyone knows him as the original voice and the voice of Barney. And with him, I don't know if he's struggling to find voice work right now. I know I am sometimes, but it's just depending on the people I contract with. With him, I don't know what's going on other than I need money for these cameo appearances that I'm doing, and I need to start promoting that. Ooh, the people who grow up with my seasons of the show are older now. What if I just steal that audience and make it my own, and also remind them that two of the most famous people who would ever played on that show are two people who probably barely even remember their time on that show, and probably barely even care to remember who he is.
Yeah. There's definitely a fan base for that, and when I was with Bob at his table during that convention, there was at least maybe 2 or 3 people that came up and said, "You worked with Selena and Demi," and he would say no. And I think out of those 3 people, 2 of them, after he said no, like, walked away. and one was just like didn't know where to take the conversation from there. It was like, oh, you're not that Barney. It's like, no, but he's the he's the Barney.
It makes sense though if you think, because I mean, you think about it now. Kids who were watching Dean's era of Barney are adults now also who probably had never, if they didn't stick with the series after they got to that age that you're too old for it, they wouldn't know of Bob, right? If they didn't, it sounds weird to think that there's a population of people who never owned those previous home videos or things, but it is a thing where you only saw hit era because that's what you grew up through, and then you got too old and there's no reason for you to ever go back and look.
Yeah,
it's such a strange thing to think about, but
you got the people that had cable, but you know, some people didn't have Sprout or knew what Sprout was. They only had a PBS channel. So if Barney was still airing, it was only airing the newer episodes of Park as it was going on, or it was airing older episodes.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say, yeah. Sometimes it was reruns. Mostly it was, like you said.
And there was like, at least for me, I don't know if it was like for you guys in your area, but I remember my Sprout network, they would air like, when they would air like season 1 through like maybe 3 episodes of Barney. There would be 2 episodes back to back, but they would do it at like 4 a.m.
Yes,
randomly.
They would do 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. and then again at 6 and 9 a.m. But it was weird how they would do it, because in the middle of the night they would do the season 1, 2, or 3, but then at 9 they would do like a Park or a Lyric era. It was it was strange how they did it, and they didn't even start, like when Sprout first came out, they didn't even start airing 1, 2, and 3. That was like a later thing they did.
No, this was like when PBS was airing like season 13.
Airing
1 through 3.
It was like 2007, 2008 when they first started it, because when Sprout first started, it was only doing season 4 through 6 and the Park stuff. They weren't even touching the previous stuff before that.
I think one of the funniest moments I remember of that was one of those weeks that I think Carrie and Dean were both doing Sunny Side Up show as Barney. And I think, and they're like, oh, they had to like introduce all the little shows they were putting in. And they did air like a season 1 episode, and the host asked Barney to set it up. And hearing Dean set up like like an episode with like, oh, today Tina's learning about bugs.
That's so crazy.
I remember that, yo. Oh my god.
Have you guys ever seen that set, the Sunny Side Up set?
I have.
It is
my friends worked on that.
Tiny.
Yeah,
it's very,
because it was a one shot, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
huge in that barn.
Apparently, they had to cut a hole on the bottom of where he was standing just so they could fit his tail. Exactly.
Yeah.
He looked huge in there. Oh my goodness. He looked so big compared to Chica and Kelly, and I remember they had Rift in there too one day. But...
Yeah.
I'm not giving Carrie any flack, but we know Carrie is like a pretty like his movements are already kind of limited. I can only imagine if David was still in the suit and then had to go do that show and be like,
oh yeah, he wouldn't be able to contain himself. Yeah,
he had to calm down. He had to calm all the way down.
He'll knock everything over.
They also revealed, well, the gentleman who puppeteered and voiced Chica, he revealed that they convinced Hit to send down the Barney doll for a like a live, like come to life sequence.
To life. Did they ever do that?
I remember when that aired, and that was crazy that I was.
You saw it?
So they did,
I stayed.
Wait, it actually happened?
Was it the same like video file and everything?
It was the same. So I was shocked because I stayed home because this was like Barney would usually do like a day, like he was like, oh, 1 day for Thanksgiving or Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
He did a whole week. He did a whole week. And they were like, oh, we have like a special surprise, and like the puppet went down, picked up the doll, and then they had the actual effects of, I think the season 13 version of the sparkle effects at that time did that. And then, but apparently I didn't think this as a kid. I'm like, oh, maybe this part was pre-recorded, but they said in that one podcast, it was live. They had a moving camera. So they were able to get the effects, put it in live. Carrie was already standing there. So once the camera was like a robot camera. So it would zoom in and back up on its own because you couldn't fit a whole crew in there. So they had it on the doll. They put the effects in, and when they saw the camera pan out, they quickly shoved the doll back under the desk, and Carrie was just there.
I remember
that. Is crazy.
It's so vague, but I remember that. Oh my god, I remember
what?
That.
That's crazy. I didn't even.
I wish somebody had like the nerve
I'm
to
about
like,
to.
DVR it and record it because I couldn't
Yeah.
see it again. That was crazy.
His
to me.
appearance is on YouTube. I'm about to try to see if I can look through
It
it.
is. Is it that one?
Not
I
that
don't-
one. I've never seen that one.
I don't know. I doubt
That
it.
one's
It's
not
always
anywhere.
the one where he's just standing there talking to them about. I can't remember what it specifically is, but
Yeah,
that's
and
crazy.
They did have Riff. Riff was the only other character that appeared one
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
They were still trying to get people to care about him.
Yeah, well, I think this was apparently that was when they were introducing the Riff episodes to Sprout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he did some solo. Didn't Barney and Riff do something together? But then Riff also did solo stuff with Sunny Side Up too, right?
I don't think they did anything together.
Separate stuff. They did separate stuff together.
Oh, it was always separate.
Yeah,
For some reason, I thought I remember them being together.
Can't fit both those suckers in there.
No, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
You know, they've cut out 2 holes.
I highlighted this comment earlier. Someone said, "Poor Dean never got to sing the 'I Love You' song more often because all his seasons are just his reused audio from 2002." I don't agree with that though.
Which I think is the best version of. He sung it more than once, but I think
He
that's
sung it
probably
more.
the better version of it.
Yeah, he definitely sang it more times because like even the
Let's Make Music and the Sleep.
Let's Make Music and those are slower tempoed versions than.
And the Christmas one, he changed his
He changed it. Yeah. I think it's just easy for him to feel like he only did it once because he did the voice for so long. And to only have done it a handful of times, you would feel like you only over time you would forget how many times you actually did it.
Yeah.
And somehow
Bob was always re-recording them.
Because Bob's voice was also still changing, and also the music team was changing.
Yeah.
I feel like Dean's changing voice kind of didn't affect the way he sang that particular song.
It didn't, not at all. His voice change was interesting. This was interesting. Right.
Cool. All right. Well, now that we're done with that, what else is on your agenda, Caleb?
I missed that whole entire conversation. My brother kept FaceTiming me.
No, you didn't. You were gone for 1 minute.
He doesn't like his brother that much.
What else is on your agenda?
Anyway, can we? I don't want to talk about those shirts. There's nothing else.
We'd already talked about them.
Hedge mentioned this, and I wish he was here. They had the greatest opportunity to revamp and restructure for a shirt the Barney in the Backyard Gang logo, or like modernize it, right? What they did was so bad. I looked at that and went, who is going to buy that? Because I like the idea of like the faded look. You know what I mean? Like I like the kind of faded print. Like I always kind of like those shirts. Whenever they have like a oversized, like kind of faded shirt, I kind of like that. I'll buy one or two. But the design is so off. And one of the shirts, it has like that LA font, like you know, we get for tattoos and stuff like that. And it, how do I explain it? It's his name in that font that kind of goes around his head, right? And then there's a description on the bottom, which from a distance looks like the Barney theme song, because it looks like Barney is blah 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 blah. What it's describing Barney as a corporation would describe him to, like, I don't know, some
random person who doesn't know what Barney is.
That, or like a partnership, like they have to explain who Barney is so they can, you know, get that sale and get that, you know, that license fee.
It's one reason why I hate it, because one, no average person who doesn't like Barney is going to buy those shirts. So that means you're selling these shirts to a fan community who's already very aware of who Barney is, with a blurb on the front of it explaining what Barney is. It's the dumbest thing. It's so stupid. I hate when corporations take over, you know, independent things or anything that they didn't have a part in, and then they start like changing things or doing things that they think make sense that just doesn't.
Or pretending that they made it in the first place.
Yeah. It's really annoying. But if you like those shirts, if you want them, they're on Amazon. If you're in Barney History fans, I found the links to them. There's more than just the ones that initially were posted. So yeah, you can find those
Okay.
if you want them.
Here's one. So there's a crew neck of the overused Barney stock image of him going, right? And there's two. They initialize the "I love you" song. So one side says ILU, or I'm sorry, ILY, and then the other says YLM. And the description in the middle reads, Barney is the lovable, huggable purple dinosaur that has inspired a generation and left a lasting impact on pop culture. Again, that is the description a corporation would say to like a business to try to like get, like I said, a sale or
That's on the back of a tape or
exactly
clutch tag.
But again, from a distance, it
season
looks
2
like
of Barney's World.
But from a distance, it looks like Barney is a dinosaur. You know what I mean?
It's
Like, it looks
hilarious
like
to me
the
that they
theme
say inspired a generation. As if it wasn't like this multi-generation.
Just one. No, just one.
Yeah. Who inspired a generation.
He lost us Generation 4.
All right, what else do you got, Kaylin?
That was about it. I don't really have anything else. We can talk about your new video.
Come on in.
What, Perfectly Purple?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, the lovely.
All right.
What do you want to talk? What do you want to talk about? If you guys haven't seen it, I started a new series called Perfectly Purple, from PBS to pop culture, and it's just a series of episodes where I just kind of look at all the moments that Barney was mentioned, referenced, slightly referenced, showed up in the background of pop culture. So through animation, comic books, music, sitcoms, movies, all of that stuff. So the first episode came out on Friday, I think, which is doing pretty well there. It's just more of an introductory to what the series will be as a whole. The next episode that comes out, I'm currently researching right now but it's all a focus on animation. So any of the times Barney was mentioned or referenced in animation, and not meaning specifically like them saying Barney or it's a purple and green dinosaur, but there's been moments also where it's very obviously a reference to Barney, even though it's a different kind of animal or character or color concept. It was an idea I was going to pass off to Hedge at one point, but then I was like, man, I think it'd be cool if I just kind of do it myself. And so I started working on it, and it's been getting some good feedback so far. I'm really excited, though, to find more references, because we obviously know there's a pop culture page on Barney Wiki. Some of the references that's there, I don't agree that are actually references of Barney, so I'll talk about those too. But you also can find other quote unquote pop culture references on other sites that I also don't fully agree that some of those are also Barney references. So that's kind of part of the fun, is looking and researching those and deciding what fits on the list to me and what doesn't, and then letting you guys also decide if, like, I found on Go Diego Go, there's this random purple dinosaur that eerily looks like a T-Rex, and it's all purple, and it makes me wonder, was that like a Barney reference or not?
Yeah.
So it's things like that that I'll toss in, where it's like, what do you guys think about this thing? Because I'm not really sure.
See, that's like in like GTA 5, when you go and enter like the Sandy Shores, there's a restaurant with this big, massive purple dinosaur, and everybody thinks, oh, that's Barney. It's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and people often do that. If it happens to be purple and it's a dinosaur or a dinosaur, they automatically think it's Barney, which I understand. But I don't fully agree. So
there's a purple dinosaur skin in Fortnite too that people be saying is Barney as well.
Yeah. Man. I'm jealous of that cutout.
Yeah, me too.
I bet you are.
That's a nice one. Oh, I like that picture.
So yeah, you guys can check that out on this channel if you would like. If you become a member of this channel, you get the episodes a couple days, either 1 or 2 days early, as well. And I'm thinking of other ways, maybe longer videos or something that also can be incentives for members or whatever. But yeah, you can check that out. If you have any pop culture references that you know of, you can pass them off to me. I might already have them on my list, but there might be something that I've missed or didn't know about that maybe you guys know about. And I give you credit if there's anything that you toss to me and I end up using it, if it wasn't already something on the list. And so it could be more of a collaborative thing. I don't want to take credit for people's work that I didn't find myself or come up with myself. So yeah, what do you guys think about the episode? If you guys watched it, what did you think? Malachi, you mentioned a little bit about it the other day.
Yeah, it was nice. Hedge said a good point that when I watched it with Madison, she was saying the same thing, how just naturally articulate you are. You're really good at reading a script, and it felt like, okay, Ron and I are having a conversation about this one topic. So it was really nice. It was nice to see a bunch of the different previews of what's to see for future episodes. And there were memes placed in just the right time. Like, just, you're like a meme guy, so that was like on brand for you. So it was just like little things that I really enjoyed, and it was very informative too. I think it's for somebody like I said, I watched it with Madison, somebody who doesn't really know about Barney. It was a good first episode to kind of inform her. Okay, so this is who Barney is. He was his popular thing back then, and even still now. And these are some of these other parodied versions of him, and they like it was informative. It was good.
Thanks, man. That's one of the things I'm excited about. Is like it's very obviously a Barney centered series made by a Barney fan. Obviously, I know that majority of the people who's going to watch are people who know what Barney is and that kind of thing, and know of some of these pop culture references. But it's also fun to think about the people who might not have watched the show or don't know much about it, and seeing those. Like, there's a population of people who saw Baloney and Kids on Animaniacs and never watched Barney a day in their lives, but they understand the reference.
That's
you know
crazy.
what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like it's cool to I kind of got tired of like the same old when it came to like somebody new coming in and doing like a Barney essay, and they're covering the same stuff that everyone else has already covered. There's really nothing new to talk about anymore. So it's like, what has no one else done, or what's something that I can add to it that's going to change things a little bit?
You know what was funny? And I love this show. One of my absolute favorite shows, and I noticed this even in watching it. I love Boy Meets World, and how in the one
yeah.
episode when he pulled it, that was
I
not a
love
Barney
Boy Meets
tape.
World. No, it's easily not a Barney tape.
It's literally a bunny on the front of the tape, and I'm like, yo, like y'all,
Yeah.
do y'all know that this show was filming when Barney was like easily hot? Y'all could have went right to the store and got a Barney tape. Like,
But
I was like,
the cool thing, the funny thing about that is it didn't have to be Barney, because they didn't really show much of the cover. If you show a purple tape and you say Barney learns his ABCs, it's automatically going to click to somebody. Okay, it's Barney, even if it's not actually a Barney tape.
They referenced Barney a lot in like the first 2 seasons of Boy Meets World.
They did.
Yeah, they did. Feeney references him once. Sean pulled the tape out. There was a couple times they referenced Barney. World.
He referenced it was. I think there was a reference in the literally first episode of Boy Meets World from Feeney
when he said, "I could hear you listen to your sister's Barney tape" or something like that, or whatever he said. I remember that.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. No. So I'm super excited about that series. There's one episode that I can't wait to get to. I don't want to say how many episodes it's going to be, because there's people that. What I've learned with the Barney community is if you tell them too much of something, they'll bother you about it until it finally comes to fruition. And
I find that if you don't tell them anything, it's the same thing.
They also do the same thing. Yeah, but it's just a little bit less. It's easier to ignore if I haven't given them information to ask me about. But there's one episode that I'm super excited about. I can't say like what number it is yet, but it's fun. It's going to be fun to me because I'm looking at like the modern social media view of like Barney, and highlighting a couple different people and stations and things that I think it's going to be really fun to, one, give them their flowers, but also, they play a part in this pop culture thing too. And I'm being obviously more tight-lipped about it because I don't want to give it because the people that I'm going to be mentioning doesn't know about it much yet either. So it's just going to be fun to put that together as well.
One of my favorites is, I don't know, some people may or may not like the movie. I love Adam Sandler. In the movie Big Daddy, with the Sprouse twins. You probably know what I'm about to say. And Barney is a place where you get clothes, and it was so funny because as a kid watching Big Daddy was one of my favorites. And I was excited like him when he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to Barney's and we're gonna get you some new clothes." He was like, "Barney," and I was like, "That." I'm thinking, "Oh, we about to see Barney in this movie." He was like, "No, not that Barney," and I was like, "Oh." And that's one of my favorites.
And eventually, this is going to end up on. I'm surprised it's not on Barney Wiki yet, where somebody mentions that Barney was mentioned in Big Daddy with Dylan and Cole Sprouse. Dylan and Cole Sprouse ended up on this TV series with Debbie Ryan, who first starred in Barney. Like, you know, there's going to be somebody who connects all those dots. Like, this is the first time that they would have.
I feel like
it's going to happen.
There was a you guys already remember. So remember when Cartoon Network started doing like these live action shows, and people were like, "This is terrible. Stick to what you know."
Oh my god!
There was a show called Level Up. I don't know if you guys remember this. I literally don't even remember the premise of the show, but I do remember one of the main characters was in a like a purple jumpsuit, and they made a Barney joke then. Also, in two of the Medea plays, when Medea's wearing like that big purple like blouse.
I know what you're saying.
Oh,
Sitting here looking like two big Barneys.
Well, look like two big Barneys.
I remember that. I remember that.
I used to be stuck watching those plays, but that one joke kicked me. I was like, anytime I hear that word, I'm like, it sets off a thing in my head. It's like,
yeah,
did that with you? I feel like I'm biased, but I'd probably say my favorite Barney parody was from this show.
Oh yeah,
yep.
The last time they did it, not the weird. Although that bouncing little hand puppet was funny, but just the Georgie must die.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know if you'll ever like touch on this, but Death to I can't even pronounce the word. Death to Smoochie popped on my feed, my streaming feed the other day. I've yet to watch it, but I hear it's good and like the narrative is trying to tell.
Nearly every Barney cast or crew member appreciates that movie. To some extent.
Really?
Yeah. Steve White loves it. Steve, Fred Holmes, like there's a handful of them that I've talked to before who they love that movie. Because one thing that I've talked about a little bit in the first episode of my series that I'll talk about more as like we go along and look at references is a lot of the time they weren't even making fun of Barney. They were making fun of like in Animaniacs. I'm going to give a little bit of what I talk about in the next episode away. But in Animaniacs, they're not making fun of Barney. They're making fun of how parents are annoyed by Barney, right? It's not making fun. Like they had some sense of respect for the show. Same with in Recess, there's a Barney kind of figure. And it's not a joke on Barney. It's highlighting how kids love and adore and cling to this children's character. You know what I mean? So a lot of times we hear Barney parodies or references and like, we automatically assume it's coming from a place of malice or like they just didn't like the character. But a lot of times they were looking at
that's a flex though.
They were referencing him from different angles, not just like, oh, this character's annoying. But in Animaniacs, like I said, the adults don't like this character, but you can see in the show the kids adore that character, right? So I think that's why some people from the Barney world who are actually on the show, they can appreciate Death to Smoochie because it's very obviously a parody, you know, to some degree of like Barney and that whole idea of children's TV. But you can see, at least to me, this seems to like be some sort of level of respect for that series and the people who worked on it through that movie, which is why I can see why some of them would still appreciate it.
Yeah. If a parody is tasteful, then I think people can get it.
Yeah.
You can tell when something's being malicious. If it's just
Eddie Murphy is
yeah. Don't have to finish that sentence. Yes.
Yep. Cool. All right. Well, anything else you guys want to talk about? I don't think anything else has happened.
Global warming, is that a thing? Can we talk about that?
No, that's not.
Michael
that's
is officially the highest grossing biopic of all time. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Speaking of Barney, hell yeah, Michael Jackson movie.
Yeah. Great segue. Yep.
Right. Oh my god, that's another thing in my brain is those like old like YouTube videos of like people having those Barney suits in like Mexico. And I just remember this old video of one of them getting its head taken off and somebody's like cosplaying as Michael Jackson underneath. It's like I think this was like
I used to hate looking at those. It
was like 2000. It wasn't a picture, it was a video. and it was like cosplaying it. Like this was 2006, I think. So it was like he was hiding out for a while. Nobody knew where he was. Like that's where he was. He's been playing Barney this whole time.
That's hilarious.
Somebody publicly made a parallel between Barney and Michael Jackson, and honestly, dance. You can't really argue with it. I mean, two iconic figures. One, obviously a real person, and the other was, a children's character who wanted nothing more than to spread love around the world and was
which
demonized for it.
That'd be fire seeing them together. Oh man, that'd be fire. Like, what would they do? I don't know, but that'd be tough.
Yeah, we're talking about. We're still talking about MJ.
Yeah, Michael Jordan and Barney. Yeah,
I could see that. That's damn near who that kid was in season 11 playing basketball with BJ and Riff.
They were so amazed. I'm like, man, come on.
About him doing layups.
Yeah.
I love when they throw that in that freaking dancing episode. I love when they throw an older black kid with Barney.
Just random. Yeah.
Random.
Voice was deep and raspy and I don't know what.
That kid did an interview. That kid did an interview a few years ago.
He was ugliest shoes from Walmart.
He's an All-American.
He's an All-American?
Yep.
Okay. He did an interview and he was saying how like his friends were clowning on him for being on the show, and apparently he got like a huge payday.
Of course he did.
He did. Yeah.
The dancing kid or the basketball kid?
The dancing kid.
The dancing kid. Yeah.
Well, he had to dance with Carrot. No, I'm kidding.
They said, "Okay, this whole scene is dependent on you."
It really was. Look, this white guy can't really dance, so we're gonna.
I appreciate it when he did the like heel toe or whatever it was. I was like, man, look at this guy. He's getting down on the musical stepping stones.
Oh, I like Adam do the. Oh no, go ahead, Kellen.
There is a comparison. Remember, Barney did Thriller during the Halloween.
And the Halloween thing, yeah,
albeit bad.
And I guess,
Isaiah did bring up this. We forgot about this a little. We could talk about this real quick. I don't know if you guys saw in Barney History Fans. Someone posted a screenshot from a TikTok video of a comment. Now, the TikTok video was, if you guys have ever seen A Very Merry Christmas, the worst Barney Christmas movie they did, but it was like the last video. There's a little girl that's on there. She only appeared in that video. She made a TikTok video recently of her showing her like infant, her on Barney. And someone commented saying that their dad was the original voice of Barney. And a lot of people believed it and all this stuff. But it's a guy no one has ever heard of. Even Bob Singleton commented on the post and was like, not true. Because I was there. Because she tried to say like he still had the head from the suit and he was the original voice. And it's like,
that's crazy.
So which country did this person live in?
This one. And so I responded to them on TikTok and I was like, I just told them that they were lying. I was like, either you're lying or like you're like confusing facts or something, and they never responded to me. But one, you obviously can't have the head of the suit unless you have the entire suit, which is not a thing. And two, no one in the entire history of the Barney cast or crew like lineage has ever mentioned your father ever as a stand-in, as anything. So but they're not the first person that's done that. There's another person, I think on LinkedIn or something, who has in their bio that like they were either a Barney stand-in voice or something that also no one has ever heard of. So I don't know I don't know what's happening. Like, why they think that they were. I don't know what's going on.
It's not uncommon because we've seen cases where, maybe the voice actors aren't available for recording, so they'll bring in some random person to just read the lines, and then whoever will dub over them. Malachi, you showed us a screener the other night on a phone call where we heard voices that were not the little dinos, right?
What?
I'm so confused.
What am I
talking about? This man was having a dream.
You're just like that girl in the chat. You're just full of crap.
You're just coming up with stories, yeah.
You don't know.
Malachi, I swear you had a screener of like My Party with Barney, and it sounded.
I do have it, but.
Okay, it sounded like someone completely different was doing Baby Bob's voice.
No, well, that was me. I was playing. That wasn't the TV. I was mocking her.
Yeah, turn your camera back on.
Karan did it too. Karan literally did it too. We were mocking her.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, come back in here, Kayla.
We got to see who
It's
screwed up.
okay.
Turn your camera back on.
Kayla, it's okay. It's okay.
Man,
But no, Kayla not wrong. I don't think Kayla wrong because people probably audition to be Barney and just be lying. Like, oh yeah, like I was a backup voice. Oh yeah,
Oh,
like I did
man.
this.
That's
you
funny.
probably just audition and get nothing. Like,
no, that's hilarious.
that is
My name's David Franks. I did Regis and Kelly.
Yeah.
he was.
Hi, what's your
terrible.
name?
However, he's a
John
terrible
Mulaney.
voice, and I blame Bob West.
Whoa.
Shame on Bob.
We can't blame
Because
Bob for stuff.
yeah, oh no. Bob, I remember Bob saying on one of his streams one time that like there was a list of people that was like auditioning to be Barney's voice as stand-ins and things like that, like for tours and all that different stuff. And he said that he consulted on who they should choose. So if he had any say on them choosing David Franks, terrible choice. Because he just does not sound he just
But
he doesn't sound good. I don't actually blame Bob West, obviously, but he did say that he consulted a little bit on some of those voices during the 90s.
Okay, what Isaiah is talking about, that is somewhat true. So how do you say his name?
Mouskowitz, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
He revealed on a podcast a few years ago that he had auditioned right when Bob had left.
Man had to hide in shit. Yep.
He had the audition when Bob had left, and he thought he had got the role so much so that he was planning to move to Dallas, but they chose Tim instead because he was the most accurate.
Yeah, oh yeah, I remember him. Or
Yeah.
that story, yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's a good voice actor, though.
Is he? Can you hear his thing somewhere?
Yeah, I think he saw his website.
I mean, I don't want to listen to it right now, but
okay. But
you're also a voice artist, and so I would believe you.
He does a really good Homer Simpson, really good Kermit, something like that. His Barney voice is terrible, though.
Oh,
is it? I think.
Thank God.
See, I think everyone's Barney's voice is terrible, unless they're like going to
be just
like
right,
actually
fine.
take like I think like for us like that who can imitate Barney's voice. We didn't just do it. Like we were doing it as kids and imitating and like perfecting it, right? I think any adult who also would have went into like a Barney audition or something, their inflection and tone of like what it would be to be Barney would not be as close as it is to like Bob West, right? They would have to work on it. So if they just auditioned and maybe was close enough to get the job and then it fell through, their voice wouldn't sound as great as it probably would have been if they had the job and now they're building on it and really, really like perfecting that instrument, if that makes sense. So yeah. I think, so like even somebody like David Franks, even though he did sound terrible to us, he never did anything with Barney unless it was like some random stand-in thing that was then eventually voiced over. So he didn't really have to consistently work on that voice. You know what I mean?
No. Or the fact that they said he was there as a backup voice for the tour if the
tape stopped. Yeah.
But then it never did, so he didn't really get to do it.
Right. Yeah.
That's an easy check though. Tape
I mean,
you're just sitting back there.
Just hang out.
Eventually, I was like, y'all got to take him off the road eventually. If you just dragging this guy out here for nothing, just send him back to Dallas.
Yeah.
But his voice was inconsistent too. Like how it sounded on Wheel of Fortune.
I think Wheel of Fortune is super duper.
And then he did another thing. He did another news thing with a bunch of kids, and it was the '94 suit, and they were promoting Big Surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't sound the same. So
they were promoting Great Adventure.
I know this because
they showed a clip from Good Clean Fun,
the movie,
and on the bottom it was like from Barney's Great Adventure, the movie.
Well, that wasn't David Franks doing that interview.
That was
Duncan.
Who? No way.
David Franks did the one with Regis and Kathy Lee. The other one where they showed that Good Clean Fun clip, that was Duncan Brennan doing Barney.
That was him.
Like early Duncan.
When he was like, I don't have any money.
That was David Franks. You're thinking of two separate.
He was staying with the black guy. This dude was this appearance was in '97. It was the '94 suit.
Wait.
Yeah, with the black guy, that was
the black guy. That was Duncan. He was with a black guy. He was.
Yeah, but okay, that one is Duncan. The other one, with all the kids, with all the other kids surrounding him, with Regis and Kathy Lee, that's David
Okay.
Franks.
Let me see.
Yeah. That was early Duncan, where he almost kind of sounded more close to Bob,
Mm-hmm.
and less
He
like Chuck E.
did.
Cheese.
I gotta go back and hear it.
Oh yeah. But it was but both of those had Maurice Scott in it, which I guess is how that can be confusing.
Yeah. But then also, Malachi, to your point, you're saying like his voice was inconsistent. Like the times that he did it, there was so many. It was so much time in between those, right? Like him doing that, the Regis and Kathy Lee or whatever it was, and then on Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune was like what 2000. It was like 2008, 9 or something like that, wasn't it? It was like it wasn't
the 2010s, I think.
Yeah. So and he wouldn't had no reason to do the voice between the last time he was like actually working for the show and then up to that point, so it would obviously sound inconsistent. There was Alan Bruce, who was Barney voice stand-in live in New York, but he never got to perform, so that was an easy paycheck. You know who I want to hear? It's not a Barney stand-in, but for Let's Go to the Firehouse. There's a portion of that video when they were filming that Julie Johnson was gone for a show or something, and they had a different stand-in than Carol Farabee, who filled in as Baby Bop, and Julie Johnson then dubbed over it later. I can't remember what her name is. I have to find it. But we have nothing with her voice at all. I wonder what her voice sounded like.
Carol Farabee?
No, it was a different. That's what I was saying. It wasn't Carol Farabee. It was a different lady during 2006 when they were doing Let's Go to the Firehouse. There was a very small portion, not the entire movie, but I think it was actually when they were on set with Debbie Ryan out in the park, and then during the one other portion where Julie wasn't there for filming, that they had that lady stand in, and then she just dubbed it later.
That girl Debbie Ryan didn't care. She said in an interview, "Yeah, I saw one of the dinosaurs smoking."
Oh my god!
And it was definitely Jeff Ayers.
It was definitely Jeff Ayers.
we have kind of like a running thing, us Barney fans that are on like Sesame before Barney's World came out. We were like, if they were to recast like Baby Bop, we were like, I feel like Leslie Carrera could do a good Baby Bop voice. Who plays Abby? Kid Abby.
Oh yeah, I could hear that.
I could hear that too.
Brandon,
because she wouldn't have to go too far off from the voice she already has.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, they're very similar.
Brandon, did you know Peter Lenz was once casted to play Barney?
I did know that. I just never said it publicly.
It was that puppet show.
Yuck.
Oh my god.
Puppet show that kind of looked like the Barney from Dinosaurs.
It made sense to me because he can almost kind of do anything, and also he's very close with Bob.
Can you do a good?
Well, we heard that it was
impression?
bad.
I've never heard Peter do Barney. I've never asked him.
I heard that from the I heard from the testing that it was a terrible job. But then also, again,
it could also be on direction, whatever direction he was given on how to do it.
That, and also, why would he need to have a perfected Barney voice? You know what I mean?
That's true. Do you guys still have that puppet? Apparently, they reskinned it.
We can talk about that later.
Yeah, Kaylin's just going off right now. So back to
the question.
I don't know
worst home video.
Anything.
No, you were
Worst
right, Brandon.
video.
That is Duncan. I'm sorry. I went to go listen. Okay.
It's okay to be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is.
At least you kept your camera on when you messed up.
Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Yeah.
I did. Stop talking to my stuff.
Alexa, play WAP by Cardi B.
The temperature is currently 56 degrees.
We know that his Alexa's delayed, so it'll probably start playing.
Who the
in
hell
like
is
the next
talking?
5 minutes.
That's not you.
Do y'all hear it?
What is it playing?
I don't know.
That's funny. All right. Peter stood in for Elmo when Kevin Clash left. Is that what you're saying, Brandon?
He did. There was a roller coaster. There was some kind of Sesame World kind of Japan thing, and there was like a live show that predated the opening of a coaster. And Elmo had a couple standout lines, and Peter did those. So he never did the puppet, I don't believe, but he stood in vocally, and it just basically sounded like Tutter.
He also did a good Kermit.
Who?
Peter Lenz.
has a good. I've never heard his Kermit, but I know he was
We
part of the audition process.
when the most recent Muppet Show came out, we were talking about like different Kermit voices, and I found a YouTube video. Somebody put a compilation of Peter Linz's like when he had to do like press when Steve Whitmire wasn't available.
Oh, I've never seen it.
It's actually really good.
He was doing Kermit?
Mm-hmm.
I have not heard this. I mean, I assume it's probably good because his Ernie is fantastic.
Nice.
They're very similar.
All right, guys. What say you? We get to the reason that we're here today.
Oh, we're here for something?
Yeah. What are the videos that we're here for? So we're in 2001 now. For the worst home videos.
2026.
The worst home videos, and we are looking at Barney's Dino Dancing Tunes. We're looking at Pajama Party, and then what's the third one? It's the only actual movie. Let's Go to the Zoo. Those are the three that we're looking at.
I haven't been here since 1997. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, man. So here, this is where we're at so far. These are the videos that has been voted as worst for their times.
Okay, y'all put sing and dance. Okay, that kind of makes sense. There's kind of nothing going on.
That's exactly why it ended up there.
Be My Valentine. What was Be My Valentine paired with? What were the other two?
Rhyme Time Rhythm, which was my vote. Hold on.
It was Rhyme Time Rhythm.
Come on over to Barney's house. Super Singing Circus.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'd probably put that as
Valentine is a holiday one. To me, I wanted to go with Rhyme Time just because it just took too long. It took way too long to get to like Mother Goose's Land and all of that. And obviously it's because it was an extended episode turned into a home video. So it was
true.
Just more boring, but that's where we're at. So
I didn't find that out. I didn't find that out till years later because I only had the tape. I'd never seen the episode air on TV till like Sprout era, and I was like, wait, this was the movie.
Yeah, what are they doing? Why'd they cut it short?
Also, I was like, I kind of wish you had Mother Goose Land in the episode.
Yeah, exactly. So today we're looking at Dino Dancing Tunes, Let's Go to the Zoo, and then Pajama Party. Before we talk about which one is in our opinion, the worst one, what are the things like these three videos? What are the things that you like about them, if anything? Obviously, Let's Go to the Zoo to me is a classic. I love that. I've always loved that video. But it also started the dreadful. Well, it didn't start that. It started in Come On Over to Barney's house. The Let's Talk to the Camera thing. Let's put music video things in between that hit just completely overused.
I mean, as an adult, I think as a kid, I liked it. I loved they were outside.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like very few to probably any lyric era home videos took place that wasn't on a built set.
Right.
Like this was outside. And what's crazy is like seeing like photos of that actual zoo.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the actual art and stuff they have up. Like it feels like Barney decorated that zoo.
It does.
It seemed like art they would use.
And it's still like that.
I was like, they picked a perfect zoo to film in.
Yeah.
And it's like I like seeing them outside. I love again as an adult watching like obviously most of these probably aren't extras. These are actually people at the zoo walking around. So you see the parents trying to stay nonchalant, but like a kid will like be kind of looking like watch them pass. But I think I like one moment where a kid is waving at BJ. Jeff Brooks is trying to keep it going, but he's like, all right, fine, hi, and then just keeps going. It's like till the kid's like, guys, like, hey, or I think he gives one kid a high five and like walks off. Like I love that they kept everything going. I love that Scooter's in it.
Yeah.
Miss Kepler finally got to wake up and see Barney in this one.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to say something about that. How badly is that school not paying their teachers and staff? This boy has multiple jobs.
You say that as if teachers not being paid appropriately is some random wild thing to believe. That's literally what happens. Teachers today aren't being paid enough.
And in Texas in 2001, they weren't getting crap.
Yeah.
They had to go to the zoo.
It's just like, okay.
Also, she's a
Why
weirdo.
is
So I feel like
she
she just
here?
volunteers for shit.
Yeah, she just shows up in
She
places.
seems like
yeah.
that volunteer lady. Like she's not struggling. She just likes doing a bunch of different things.
Oh, okay.
She's like she retired and then she just got too bored, so she went back to work.
Nah, real.
She just works a few hours a week.
I do like the video. Since I was a kid, I always like hated the intro. I feel like if one of those kids had the Barney doll,
And dropped it.
Well, you said you hated the intro.
But it's different. I loved it. It's different.
I never liked it.
It was interesting. I'm like, that's
It
where
was
they come from.
different.
Remember, this is the guy who stayed up till midnight every time they dropped Barney's World episodes.
I'm not the only one.
That's disappointing. You should
There was a
turn it
whole
off again.
Discord that stayed up till 3 a.m. to watch
Yep.
all 12 or 10
But they didn't-
episodes. They didn't what?
They didn't publicly tell us.
Yeah, they did.
Well, I would rather see them appear that way than they started that video in like a white void and then just go.
Yeah.
Let's go to the
That's-
zoo. Come on.
That's stupid. It's
Or
this is
on
where they
the
are.
on the school set or something, and then traveling. Like I really like the idea of they're
That would be
there,
interesting.
and he just they just appeared.
How I would imagine it would be like, okay, a kid that just visited the zoo or whatever, and was like, okay, you sit here, Barney, I'll be right back. He comes to life, and you're like, oh, hey, friends, here's BJ and Baby Bob. All right, let's go to the zoo. Like, I feel like that would have been better.
No, that just takes more time for nothing. We could just start the video at the zoo, them arriving, paying,
But it's more
giving tickets to get in,
confusing
and
when
then go.
you have all these establishing shots, and then look at all these random sparkles, and
I
it's
don't-
on one of the posts, and look, it's Barney. It's,
I don't
what?
believe you as a child was confused. I think you as an adult are being confused, but I don't think I never questioned like why is Barney coming from out of the pole? Like it was just like, oh, there's Barney.
Well,
Now we're at the
I'm a grown
zoo.
man.
He had to
and no
travel.
one
He had to
tells me
travel
how I should
some
feel.
way. I was
Yeah.
concerned on how Scooter was going to get back.
I really liked it. I went to that zoo 2 years ago when I was down in Texas, and it looks exactly the same. And the urge of like we all shared the commonality of like acting the show out when we were kids.
I was going to
Like
say,
the
were you walking
urge
around
of
the zoo
walking
with
through
your-
there and not wanting to do the like what do we see at the zoo thing, man.
No,
It was so tough.
don't draw
But the zoo
attention
looks
to yourself.
exactly the same that it did then when they shot the like they haven't changed anything. It's exactly the same.
That's
That's awesome.
But easily one of my favorite videos, and also because Scooter's there, that it's like I wish they used Scooter more often.
Well,
But
anyway,
what are you guys'
man.
thoughts on or Kaylin or Malachi? Did you have any thoughts on Zoo at all?
I was just about to get my thoughts on the 3. The zoo was great. Love zoo. I feel the opposite of Kaylin. I thought the beginning was very interesting, and I'm like you, Karan. You said you like to see different things. That was different for me. It kind of seemed like the dinosaurs were on their own like field trip. So that was nice to see the whole sparkles thing, type thing. I like how even when the magic went to the pole, and when Barney flew out, they still did like they did that noise, that sound bite. That was nice. I'm an animal guy, so I like zoo anything.
Yeah, me too.
That's my jam. And everybody needs a nap, isn't it? Come on in. That's all right.
I mean, yeah.
But the other 2 are cool as well. I mean, obviously one's worse.
It's
With
well, and
song.
the thing with animals too is like animals always work with kids.
They do.
You go to the farm or you go to the zoo or something like that. It always works, like because kids they love animals. So, and I think one of the things that appealed to me the most is the very thing that you mentioned, Brandon, earlier is like this was the first time we saw Barney actually somewhere. Like even as kids, we thought that like, oh, they're walking through the neighborhood. There was never, at least me as a kid, in my mind, I never thought of like, this isn't a real neighborhood. Like in my head as a kid, I was like, oh, they're actually walking through their neighborhood. But seeing them at the zoo, you could tell that it was something different. Same as when you saw them with like Land of Make Believe. You could tell it was just something different than what other videos had been. That was just very appealing to me. Even still as an adult, I love watching that movie every now and then, just because it's just a fun video.
Right. It's the lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those other 2.
Come on in.
But Pajama Party kind of. I was like, what is that? Pajama Party kind of disappoints me.
Yeah. You say this with a nighttime Barney behind you. Why does it disappoint you?
Well, he's exempt.
Be careful what you say, Brandon.
See, now that's a bad Barney voice. Now, what's happening?
He actually has a
Careful
better
what you
Dean
say,
Barney voice, which
Brandon.
is terrible.
Well, that I'm not going to say anything about that. So what disappoints me, and again, this is not to discredit performers, but that whole rumor of, oh, Antoine was going to carry on the series after David. And I don't know if it was because like this was his first production or like I don't know, like rehearsal time, whatever. But like he killed it in Musical Castle, as does Carrie. But somehow
it didn't translate to TV.
It felt mid in that. Now again, this was a clip show. There wasn't much to do.
Yeah.
But even like you think of Dino Dancing Tunes, again another clip show. But you know, David found moments to do stuff, or you know, there's random things he could do, but I don't know. That performance was like, and to me, all the clips were like, whatever. Also that was a weird BJ head that they used that they never used again.
In Dino Dancing Tunes?
No, in Pajama Party. It looked a little smushed.
It was the
Wait,
regular...
what? Really?
It looked different than the one.
I thought it was a regular one.
Dancing Tunes. They used
the musical castle,
BJ, which
I like that
liked.
suit.
Yeah, I liked it.
Me too.
Kyle does a good job at it.
Yuck. Is it the forehead you're talking about that looks smushed?
It's like the forehead, the head almost looks like it's like flat, like from the eyes, like to the
stand back.
Or like his cheeks look like they're sagging a little bit. I don't know. It was definitely a head that they didn't really use in that era. So I don't know.
The mouth is moving a little more, I see too. His mouth doesn't really move in that era too.
Yeah. See, I always thought that was also the musical castle suit.
That one was it looks almost like that alt head from Musical Castle, but I don't think it is. I don't think it. That was my thing. I also found it funny.
If Hedge was here, my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. If Hedge was here, he would just take this time to point out how no BJ suit actually looks good anyway.
Well, he's wrong.
He's wrong, but yeah.
They're all wrong. But I also did find it funny, and again, it makes sense that because they showed a lot of Bob clips, that when they got to I Love You, they used an old Bob recording.
Mm-hmm. But they do that a lot because they did it in You Can Be Anything. Like
I found that fun. Well, that one is more weird to me because that whole thing, all the singing in that one,
Duncan and Tim,
and then they used Bob, and I'm like,
yeah.
Thinking about it now, like, would you have to ask permission to do that now?
Yeah, right.
It's like we're gonna use your audio even though you're not working here anymore.
It's the same audio from Rhyme Time Rhythm. They took it, copy and paste onto You Can Be Anything.
Let's read some comments real quick. Andrew Coward says, I wore out Dino Dancing Tunes trying to figure out the clips to the videos that hadn't been released yet, not realizing they were unreleased titles.
He loves that video.
That's kind of cool. I did remember that.
Dino Dancing Tunes is my vote. No further commentary needed. Interesting. So before we move forward, then Brandon, are you saying Pajama Party is your vote for worst?
I was disappointed in it, but I would still give Dino Dancing Tunes probably the thumbs down.
Ooh.
Interesting. Okay.
See, I like Dino Dancing Tunes because to my knowledge, for the first time, they were actually calling back, and I don't mean like going within the clips. I mean like actually referring to things from past events, right? So the beginning is like, oh yeah, Professor Tinkerbutt, he gave me a cake that was big as a house. So, oh, okay. Oh yeah, we're doing that.
Is that your petty words?
Yeah.
Give me a cake that was like this.
It was
okay.
Like,
so go ahead, Kayla.
Well, like it was also obviously like we didn't move on into like a Barney's House series, but I thought it was fun to have like this jukebox as like another sort of home decor situation within Barney's house because, you know, despite us not going into any rooms or anything like that, I think it's even more fun to have like little like trinkets and things around the house that you can, you know, kind of show people as well.
And
so
they brought
that's
that
why I
back
don't
in.
mind it.
Can you sing that song and top 20 countdown?
We don't talk about those.
Yeah, we don't talk about those.
Well, unfortunately, we will.
Well,
actually, in a matter of like two episodes from now.
You can count me out of that one.
Those are the ones we actually wanted you to come in on.
Oh well, we'll
Come
see.
on in.
Also love the ending where after they sing "I Love You," the little Barney disc comes
The
out.
disc,
I was like, that was a
Yeah,
good ending.
prints out.
that was really
Yeah.
cute.
Dude,
I would be
those
disappointed when he wouldn't turn back into a doll in some of those tapes.
man, the sound effects from that video is embedded in my mind. Like when you
It's the
mentioned the
hit.
disc coming out, I can hear this. Like I can't replicate
the
it, but I
hit.
can hear the
It's the
sound of
hit
it. Like
It
coming
sounds
through.
like the THX intro.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
A lot of
somebody
people
forgot about
edited
THX.
that.
they
Somebody
they
edited
used
that.
that. They used it a lot. That was the Hit Entertainment logo sound, and they used it. They started
Hit
that.
just took everything from Barney and then big
They
up
did.
Bob
Made it,
and Thomas.
and
They
Kipper
did.
for a minute.
They made their logos super colorful. Like they did all these things after they acquired Barney and then just let him die. So what's your vote then,
You really use
Caitlin,
your imagination?
for the
My
worst
vote
episode?
is Pajama
Video.
Party. Pajama Party. Whatever you
Party.
said. Yeah, nothing's
Well-
going on, really.
What's a
Like,
pajama party?
the new material is so, I don't know, it just feels so dry, if that makes sense. Like they're doing stuff that like kids would more than likely do back then during a sleepover. Nowadays they'll probably be playing like what, Fortnite and making TikTok videos or whatever.
Also,
3
let
a.m.
me defend myself real quick because I see myself getting attacked. When I say that I don't give Pajama Party the worst thing, I say it because yes, the in between stuff is mid. I agree with what Caleb's saying. There's nothing happening, but it showed a lot of my favorite clips from episodes I liked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why I'm going with that. Okay.
Well, and
in between stuff is
and their episodes. It's the same way. Like I kind of feel with like musical scrapbook showing season 3 clips. They were clips from episodes that you just didn't have anywhere else other than that video, right? If you didn't have like a PBS recording or something, they weren't on VHS tapes and things. So that's the only way you got those clips again. So I could see that.
Yeah. Yeah, Antoine, I'd never mind. I never like disliked his performance. I think he just didn't know how to really operate the mouth. And that's why he did more like the with the bigger words than actually like moving towards like the syllables or whatever.
But we can see that he knows how to use it when you watch like Musical Castle.
And I feel like that,
Yeah.
again, I credit that to maybe, like what I said before, maybe, I don't know how much rehearsal time he had, or, it takes time to adjust, like, coming off of stage. Like, we saw Carrie dealt with it, like, getting off tour and, like, doing the TV show. There's a progression you have to deal with. And it's like, again, I've like Barney, those are track shows. You do the same thing every night. I've done track shows, so it's easy to just remember it and do the big lip sync. You know what's coming. If this is your first time having to deal with a live voice and trying to figure out where we're going, then it takes a second.
I used to think that too, but then I also wonder, and maybe because Barney was such a huge puppet to puppeteer, Antoine and Carrie would have a different experience of bringing that from stage into a TV studio. But also in that video, and I think Pajama Party, Kyle Nelson filled in, at least on Dino Dancing Tunes he did, and it didn't seem out of place. Like he fit right in.
Yeah.
But he was only on stage, so it's like how did he so easily?
We got to remember too.
It always depends on the person too, I think.
In Kyle's defense, he was also doing like promotions and news events and stuff like that. So they were giving him like camera direction and stuff. So he's kind of already prepared for that. With Antoine, like you guys are saying, he's doing a show 3 times a night, so he knows what to do inside and out, right? So like doing a stage show like that, it isn't hard really for him because he's just doing the same exact thing for what, an hour, 2 hours straight. Whereas when he gets on like one of these productions and he's like, "Oh, welcome to my house." Cut, Antoine, camera's right here. All right, rolling. Reset. Go back to that line. You know what I mean? Like he's probably not entirely used to that.
Yeah. And doing a live show, you have to push a performance a lot more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's an easy misconception. My bad, Kaylin. But it's an easy misconception if you're only a stage actor at that point to go onto a TV or film set and feel like you have to pull back, right? in which I could see them doing. You, like you were saying, Brandon, on a stage, you use the audience. You have to really make it big, so the person the furthest back can see and feel your energy. And I could see how you would go on to a much smaller set and think, okay, well, they're just cameras and things. So I don't have to be as large of life as I would on stage. When in actuality, they should have been, you know.
And that's why everybody kind of scolds Carrie, because he was like a fantastic Barney on stage. And then when he gets to the TV show, and he admits it, like, yeah, I did less stuff because, you know, it was just, you know, less work or whatever.
That's one thing I would love to see is I would love to see, and I say this knowing that he obviously did a stage show at one point, twice, but I would love to see more of Joyner doing live things. You know, Joyner was fantastic at what he did, so he could easily go from TV and make that larger in life and then go to a stage and feel it. But outside of those two major home videos, we don't see a lot of stuff that he did on stage, which would be cool to see. Outside of those like little, that one video he did for like the Lyric or whatever Christmas party, Lions Christmas party.
Yeah, and then that open house tour that came out.
Yeah,
that footage, and I feel like he brought about the same amount of energy. That I feel like he did both for. I feel like he did slightly tone it down, but kept the same level.
Yeah,
a bit. He found a midway, which I think was good, but it felt no different.
There's two things I would say about Antoine. Number one, we all know how, like, when Barney wants something to appear, when he does like magic or whatever, we know the whole, like, he'll either snap or like he'll do this. I hate when Antoine is. I was like, ew.
Right.
It takes so long. I'm like, oh god.
Well, it's better than the yo.
Dude, Dean literally started saying yo at the towards the end.
Yo,
I was offended. Yo, magic.
I mean, it can't be. It can't be better than what's the sound in Barney's world? He's like, pop, and then whatever with his finger.
Yeah, that's just a sound effect, though. Dean was literally saying yo. In season 13, every time that book would appear. Yo.
Right.
The second thing is during the end, it's a tender moment, right? They sing "I Love You." BJ and Baby go into the singing banquets, you know, and they he turns out the lights. The way he like hops and the way he like jigs up the stairs to his room or whatever, I'm like, why is he walking like that?
You're so nitpicky. It's funny.
It felt sad. It felt sad to me watching him go to his room
and the lights turn off. It was just like,
like, okay. It's like, are you really getting
Barney does spend time alone.
Sometimes you need it.
We kind of gave.
How does he feel when we leave?
As a kid, I think I pictured as a kid, he went to his room and then transforms back into the doll while he's in bed.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, that room in the caboose, is that supposed to be his?
No, it's a hallway.
I thought about that.
It's not a room, it's a hallway.
He sleeps in that chair next to that desk.
Because remember when that episode when they're waiting on the petting zoo, when he's like, okay, if you need me, I'll be in here.
What I've always assumed, it's definitely a hallway, because you can see certain times them walk down or like come around a small corner. They also use it at the end of the season 9 episode Carrying Hearts to go to the school or whatever. They go through the hallway. I've always assumed that it's just the back of the caboose, right? They go through the front, but there's a back entrance or side entrance. So,
but we see the size of that building though.
It's a
I don't
TV
know if there's
show.
Enough square foot. I know that, but
you're thinking too much. You stop that.
Yeah. I mean, we see the size of a treehouse also. That's way too big to be in a
every
tree.
room needs an alternative exit.
Yeah,
they're not going to question where it goes as long as they get out the room.
But this is completely aside from this. I think we talked about it before on here, but it's an interesting concept to think. You know, they've mentioned a few different times in like the Hit era that the school is across the street. So it's an interesting concept to think that the school that Barney and them originally was at is just across the street from the park that they're currently at. You guys ever thought about that?
Yeah. I thought about, because there was that one episode, the band episode, like in season 5, Mr.
Mhm.
Boyd's like, "Oh, we're gonna perform across the street in the park," and I was
In the
like,
park,
"Oh,
yeah.
is that where it is?"
Mhm. It's interesting. There's a few comments I highlighted, and then Malachi, we'll go to your vote. Andrew Coward, I think we already did that one.
Next,
Oh, we did that one too. Hold on, let me see. Where were they at? Just a random thought. I wonder if Carrie just didn't like the musical castle experience. He never really talks about musical castle or working with Antoine. I think that I don't know that I would agree that he didn't like it, but obviously Radio City Music Hall was the biggest one of the biggest things that happened for Barney very, very early on in what their run was, that everybody always goes to that and Imagination Island. And I think it's just a default thing. I'm sure if you were to talk to them and bring up questions about Musical Castle, they could answer them. I mean, him and Josh Martin talk about all their time touring between Big Surprise and Musical Castle and that kind of thing. And working with the roadies and stuff like that. But on the forefront, when people are when they're interviewing anybody else from the show, especially if they were back in those early years, they always, I think it's just a default thing to always go to Radio City and Imagination Island.
Yeah.
Which is part of the reason why I'm tired of hearing about him.
Yeah. And I'd probably also say Big Surprise in terms of tours was more monumental to them. It was the first one, a lot of first experiences. After that, it was kind of a smooth run.
They were kind of set in their
tours.
Yeah.
They did, so it was like that was a big experience for a lot. Like I could see myself talking about the first tour I ever did, but it's like, oh, my first season on Sesame, oh, so great. It's like after it's like, yeah, I'm here, I work here. It's like that's it. I talk more about everything else.
Yeah,
Radio City. I don't care if they don't. I want them to talk about it more. I want more footage.
That's what I would like to see.
If you're going to talk about it more
behind the scenes of something. Yeah.
I don't want the same elephant joke story. Show me the video.
However, it is not the best live stage show. Kaylin, have you ever seen Full House? That layout would not match a townhouse.
All right.
You don't know that.
Have you ever seen Fresh Prince?
They
That's a
they lived in the same house the
never
entire time, but
it's the same
complete interior just changed completely from one season to the other. Except for when
living
they
room in the kitchen and sometimes
That would
somebody
make
else's
sense.
bedroom. That's it.
Yeah. All right, Malachi, what do you say? What's your vote for worst?
I'm so conflicted now. Oh man.
There's one right answer.
Why does that have to be a right answer?
Oh, there is.
Stop.
Because
we all are.
I enjoyed the pajama party video. I enjoyed the pajama party video.
Yay, Squidward's on my side.
I like the that it's a story, sleepover, awesome, great. But I like the
See, the more you're saying it, the more you're talking yourself out of it.
No, because I like the Dino Tunes ones too, because like Karan said, I didn't grow up. I wasn't born when that video came out. So for y'all, it's different where you got to see
I haven't
it,
said it yet.
They were showing clips from videos that y'all that weren't even released yet. So as a person who that video came out and you pick it up at the store, you're like, oh, what's Barney's Planes, Trains, Cars, whatever the fake name they had for, like, oh, like what video is that? That's so cool. That didn't even come out yet. So that's great. The Professor Tinkerpud mention, great.
Are you talking about Pajama Party or Dino Dancing?
I'm talking about the tunes now. The Dino Dancing tunes.
Okay, because Dino Dancing was mostly home videos, and then Pajama Party was episodes.
Episodes, right?
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. I think I'm just gonna go with Pajama being the worst. I was really gonna pick. I was really considering picking Dino Dancing Tunes, but I'll say tune. I like the tunes a little better because I think I prefer again, coming from the song choice. I think I prefer the song choice, and I just think it was cool if I was of age in 2001, and I picked that video up, and I'm like, oh wait, this video isn't even out yet. Like, this is cool. I never saw that one. I was like, hey, cool. So I guess I'll say Pajama Party is the worst.
You're absolutely correct. Pajama Party is the worst one. You guys can vote now in the comments.
I guess I
1 for
stand
Dino
alone
Dancing
here.
Tunes or 2 for Pajama Party.
Thrill
Dino
is
Dancing
a
Tunes is
thrill.
better only because I hadn't said it before. Malachi said it. For me, 1, it was cool seeing home video clips, not just episode clips. But 2, I always liked seeing new things or changes. And so I remember when Dino Dancing Tunes came out and not having seen those other home videos yet, that was exciting to me. Like it was super exciting to see something new that I didn't already see. Pajama Party being just clips of the TV episodes that I had seen numerous times. While I did enjoy it, I still would act it out and things like that. When I would choose to watch a clip show, which I did sometimes, I would immediately go to Musical Scrapbook or Dino Dancing Tunes, just because it was just. And Dino Dancing Tunes was fun to imitate and act out because you were acting out something that you hadn't seen yet, right? So like those clips for those home videos, to me it was just fun to do that. And then when they officially then did come out, it was cool to like remember seeing certain clips and things being a little different or whatever. But like seeing those clips a year or whatever prior was always kind of exciting to me. So also, yeah, when you look at performance wise, Barney just didn't feel like Barney in Pajama Party. It felt like a real pajama party because he just seemed like he was ready to go to bed at any moment, and we just showed up to his house.
Oh.
And so I was like, all right, I guess
Oh my God.
we'll hang
Hey,
out
that
a
was
little bit.
good.
I think that's why it's like Pajama Party's like slow, because it's like Barney is literally like a tired grandfather, and like BJ and Baby Bop are like the annoying grandkids. Like literally,
He's like,
Antoine's
man, at any
performance-
moment it's time for bed. Like,
Yeah, like
Whoa.
Antoine's performance made it seem like a tired
Why?
grandfather. Like,
and
oh,
and I
well.
have to say that saying I love Antoine and like his performances as
Agreed.
Barney with the stage shows and stuff. He's one of my favorite performers. But yeah, in that video, he just didn't do much of anything. And I love Dino Dancing Tunes, 1 because it's Joyner, so you had that excitement. But the mention of Professor Tinkerpud, even though we didn't see him, was always exciting to me. So yeah, I don't know. That's my choice, and it's a clip show that's only 30 minutes. So by the time you go, we're tired of seeing clips. It's over with. You know what I mean? Whereas all the other ones, it's like, all right, we have 15 more minutes of this.
I wonder if this experience was what made Antoine go, you know what? Nah, no, thank you. Or maybe it was lyrics/hits decision to go, let's get somebody else who's more experienced.
What's funny to me is I feel like they went, oh, he didn't do good at all. Let's just get Carrie. And then Carrie came on set and did significantly worse. And I love Carrie.
That's a hard question to answer.
Yeah.
I feel like it could have been a nepotism thing. Maybe it's like maybe somebody like higher up is like, you should get this guy. He's been here longer.
Yeah, I can see that. However, the come on over to Barney's house suit that Joyner used is one of the ugliest Barney suits from the lyric era.
Eyes.
I like when
it's just
remodified
so ugly. Like so in the when they're singing Keep Your Sneeze to Yourself, and like it's him and Jeff and Joe like dancing down the stairs. I used the clip of it in like my series I just put out. Like I was watching that back because I was obviously pre-watching the video to make sure everything was good. And every time I saw that clip, I'm like, man, this suit is just ugly. Like I don't know what about it. I just hate that suit. It's the worst Joyner suit they had. His suit with Dolly Parton that he did looked much better than that suit.
Well, that was the alternative.
I want to do
the alternative season 6 costume.
Yeah, it's so nice. They should have used it more.
I only refurbed them.
Yeah, I want to do a
because Carrie's suit. Go ahead, Caitlin.
I want to do a compilation of songs where they originally sung them and then later down the line where they kind of tried to use the same choreography. Because like you said, Karan, and Keep Your Sneeze to Yourself, they do that little sidestep after Baby Bot sneezes. And then later in the hit era, or early in the hit era, when they do it again, it's so significantly worse because they're doing like that, like 1-2 jazz step and come over to Barney's house, and then in that episode, there's just
Well, yeah, that all comes down to the choreographer. The choreographer just couldn't listen. First of all, I want to address this. When I said he did significantly worse, I'm over exaggerating. We all know Carrie didn't do, David level of Barney performing, but he wasn't a bad Barney performer. And we have the one who was the worst. So I was over exaggerating when I said that. But also, to your point, Kaylin, you have to think that's a whole different choreographer. Barney was very, very lucky in the idea that their start out, the first 10 years, not including Backyard Gang, but like the 10 years for PBS, they just got super lucky with every single person they added to that series was at the top of their game in writing and choreography and body performing and voice performing. So anyone that comes in after them to replace them has shoes that are just too big to fill. So they're going to fall short because no show, I can't think of any show that ever started off like that where everybody that was in place was just nearly perfect. You know what I mean? Joyner was a fantastic Barney. Bob West was a fantastic voice. Same with Julie Johnson and Patty and the people who played, the suits for BJ and Baby Bop, the kids, the writers, the music director, like all of it was just great. So then you remove someone like Miss Penny and you put in whoever that new choreographer was. Even with Voss being like the assistant, like dance choreographer, whatever, it's hard to mimic the greatness that they had done those first 10 years. So we're always going to scrutinize the later era because that's just what we do, because we were so spoiled with what we got the first 10 years. That I think if I don't know if it was flipped, if people would think differently, if they would go, man, if Carrie was the original Barney and then you got Joyner in the hit era, I don't think anyone would be like, man, this guy's too hyper. But also, I think we would look at them differently than how we do because, they were coming in after these people set such a high precedent.
True. And sometimes the person that takes over sometimes exceeds the original performer.
Yeah.
It's like I love and respect Jeff Brooks.
Oh yeah, Kyle Nelson.
But Kyle Nelson's kind of my BJ.
Absolutely.
Kyle Nelson is BJ.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He did some things that Brooks didn't do.
I think Kyle is a much better BJ. He just gave him more life. Yeah. It's the same way I feel. I know you guys aren't huge fans of Riff, Malachi and I are, but it's the same way I feel about Adam Brown and Gerard Harris. Gerard Harris Tyson Barney completely disagrees, but he's 20. So
he's not here.
Yeah. Gerard Harris's portrayal of Riff just gave him more life. Like he was just a carbon copy of all the other dinos put into one. So there's not much you could do with him anyway. But Gerard Harris was able to like level that up, which I really like. So I do agree with that sometimes the person that comes next, that's what Joyner did, right? Taking in from Voss, he just took it to a whole other level,
Yeah. And that's probably one other thing I'll add about Dancing Tunes. I'll give it this. Like, I think that had the trifecta of the good dinosaur performers: Ayers, Joyner, and Nelson.
Yeah.
I think if all three of them had stayed, I think we could have had a good show on our hands.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my opinion.
How do you guys think about if you guys saw them in the late hit era videos, the last few when Riff left, he was no longer around. They were going back to kind of reverting back to just Baby Bop and BJ. Gerard Harris took over for Kyle Nelson as BJ in like the last 3 home videos, I think it was. Did you guys ever see his portrayal? It's very weird because you can see all his mannerisms of Riff, but he's in the BJ suit, and the BJ suit just fits on him differently than how it
felt shorter.
Yeah,
he was BJ on Colorful World though, so I mean, we already got a taste of what he was doing prior.
Yeah,
that was off-putting to me personally.
You could tell it was a difference for sure.
And I was like,
why did he did a bad job?
You know who would have been a great body actor for the hit era moving forward? Whoever was the main Barney in the Colorful World show.
Rick Starkweather.
or Patrick.
or whatever. I can never tell which one.
I
was
can't tell the
which.
difference. I mean,
don't
I
know
didn't know the
either.
difference between Carrie and Antoine. I always thought it was just Carrie on those videos until someone pointed out the difference, and I was like, oh, okay.
I also blame Colorful World for the editing. Like,
It's too sharp.
With Musical Castle, Colorful World, like you could tell when they switched because they were certain times. Like they already were filming multiple different versions of the show anyway, but they knew when to cut. It's like they clearly shot multiple versions of Colorful World, but they would intersect during like the exact same, like he could deliver a line 1 second and then the next second it's a different performer. So it's like I could slightly tell the difference between like the suits. They had slightly altered faces, but like they're probably two Barney performers that had the most similar movements to each other that you can't tell.
You can't
And
tell.
you know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
They're just very short though. So it was weird seeing Carrie on TV by that point, and then watching
Yes.
Colorful World and seeing such a shorter Barney again.
But
It's
still
always
like
been weird to
energetic
me.
and still going to have like those similar mannerisms though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad,
And
Malachi.
also-
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was saying with Gerard because I think we see Kyle was last in Accounting We Will Go as BJ, and then Gerard comes in and I Can Do It, and
I Can Do It.
You can
I love
see
my
the-
friends.
it was I Can Do It, The Very Merry Christmas, and I Love My Friends, and you can see how different he is. He even looks smaller. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
he was shorter than Kyle.
Yeah.
You could tell that. Like he made Riff taller because he's taller than Adam Brown,
just-
but
Mhm.
he's shorter than Kyle. So when he put that suit on, BJ was much shorter. Same with like Lauren taking over after
Yeah.
Jennifer
Baby.
or whoever it was that took over after
Yeah.
Jeff Ayres left. Once Lauren came in, she was so much smaller than everybody else that she made
She
Baby
was.
Bop look like a baby
Yeah,
compared to
Yeah.
Barney, especially.
and
Yeah.
that's so funny. That is so funny that they were just all switching. That is funny.
One more thing about Colorful World. Did you guys know the actual intro of that show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did they cut that out?
Oh, you mean like of the actual like the stage show itself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. How did it come to life?
So, as everybody knows, that was the first time they actually made an accurate set from the TV show for the stage.
Yeah.
Like they basically brought the park set to life.
Well, I had a crush on her. I can say that because she was a woman.
Yeah, I was going to say she's
Oh,
looking up.
I was like, wait, I didn't read it. I was like, who are we talking about?
She was hot though. Anyway,
So he's my vote then, just so I could be in the family.
Hey,
Come on in.
So nasty. You're nasty.
so this is actually interesting. They had the idea bench, right? And they had this sort of
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead and explain, but I do know what you're talking about now.
yeah, they had this sort of it wasn't like big surprise level, like giant, massive Barney plush, but it was big enough for the audience to see, right? So the overture would start and they would have the bench spinning and there would have like smoke coming from behind it, right? And the faster it spin, the more smoke would appear, right? So the curtains would pull, they would pull the idea bench back. And as the theme song was playing, they would close the curtains. And then once the theme begins, Barney would pop out. The fascinating trick was that the way they positioned the doll, it was on this little platform on the seat. So when it started, and if the bench didn't get out of the curtain in time for Barney to appear, they would automatically flip it.
Mm.
You can actually see like
Yeah.
the head of the doll in certain shots.
Yeah, in certain shots.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Nasty.
don't know why they started to get rid of that.
I was
with
channeling
Musical
Raven. I was
Castle.
channeling Raven Simone. Sorry, not Cleveland Brown.
It's Simone.
Simone.
Sorry. You say Seminole?
Seminole.
Yep.
Little me couldn't tell the difference between Duncan Brandon and Bob
Yep.
West. I was raised on the lyric. Yeah, literally. First
that
of all, thank
picture is
you.
so
Thank you
blurry,
for
too.
that.
Literally know the difference.
For that
Oh,
in this
little
comment.
you. Oh, she said little you.
I've always said it, but I didn't grow out of Barney, right? So like Bob West's portrayal of Barney by the time Musical Castle came around was a much higher voice than what he had been doing, even with seasons 4 through 6. Like Musical Castle, it was a little higher. So then by the time even Dean came on to the series, Duncan was obviously higher. And then by the time Dean came in, as a kid and still watching Barney all the way through with no like break and coming back to it, I couldn't tell the difference of that there was different voice actors. I just thought the voice actor just continuously kept evolving the voice until I got older. Like, cause like as a kid, I wasn't watching credits. It was like, all right, once it's over, I'm ejecting it and putting something else in. So until I got older and started watching the credits, that's when I started to realize there was actually different people doing the voice, which I didn't know before. So if you're somebody like that, like as a little kid, I don't think you hear the difference in them. Now, you know, my kids are 2 and 5, my younger two, and they have Barney's World, and then they have regular Barney. To them, regular Barney, they call the real Barney, is just all the same. They don't ever watch like Backyard Gang and then watch Park Era or Lyric Era and think like Barney sounds different. They've never said that. But if they're watching Barney's World, they call it Barney's World Barney. Like they tell the difference, one, because it's animation, but also the voice. So I share that commonality in not hearing the difference between those people as they came in, at least when I was a kid.
Yeah, they all suck, in my opinion.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
No.
Cool. Well, this is what our bracket looks like now. Let me share it real quick. Hold on. Cancel.
It better not say pajama party.
Oh, well then you're gonna like this one. If you don't want it to say pajama party.
It better say colorful world after all the stuff we just said.
Colorful world, yeah. So far, this is what we have on our bracket. We have I Love to Read with Barney. We have Barney songs, Once Upon a Time, Sensational Day, Halloween Party, Sing and Dance with Barney, Be My Valentine, and Pajama Party. Now, this is where it's going to get fun. We're going to jump ahead just a little bit. When we get to that point, we have to choose what's worse between Be My Valentine or Pajama Party.
Oh,
what would you guys say?
In that case, it's Pajama Party.
Be My Valentine. I don't care.
Oh,
what? Be My Valentine above? Okay.
That's your problem. You don't believe in the magic of love.
You're ignorant.
You're ignorant.
Stupid.
I don't think you believe in the magic of love, Caitlin.
You right.
Pajama
No,
Party.
I don't know. Let me not vote so fast. I don't know yet.
I mean, it's not solidified anyway. We're just projecting.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just talking right now.
Like we said with the worst episode series, we know for a fact the worst home video is going to be a Riff era home video. It's just which one, because by the time you get to 2009 or 10 to 2014, it's just all clip shows. So it's like it's just going to be the battle of clip shows. Yeah, there's new content in between some of them, but like it's obviously going to be one of those.
Remember the time that we all
no.
Yeah. They just started buying time. They just started doing full episodes as clips. Like in Accounting We Will Go, it was the whole season 7 episode. In I Can Do It, they did a whole season 9 episode. Like they just gave up on
Friends. They did a whole season 8 episode.
Oh, man,
just give me the compilation tapes.
Yeah,
not even that. Just put out the DVD as the episode.
Like, they realized it took too much time to consistently have to throw to another song. They were like, man, just put the whole episode in.
They'll sit through it.
That's funny. Dude, we completely forgot to roast the home video covers.
No, I want to do that with Hedge.
Oh, okay.
Because it was Hedge's idea for one, but also he's the one that roasts them more than anybody else. And so I didn't want to do it without him being on the stream. So we'll save it for the next stream. The next stream we'll look at we're just gonna go through all the home video covers and just talk about which ones look gross, terrible Barney Photoshop, and terrible choices that they made on some of those. Like the Furry Friends cover when Barney had those, like his arms are just, you guys know which one I'm talking about, where he was holding the like cat and dog or whatever. Have you seen this, Brandon?
I think that was like 2010s, right? That was
just disgusting.
Okay. They were just clipping stuff together.
They were just doing anything. Yeah. the animated but very like realistic cover for Big World Adventure with Barney and Emma and Ben, where it's
That's
like you
so gross.
Yeah,
just
that like
you should have
watercolor
just used
sort
the
of.
cover. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
That
just use
was
the actual
dope.
photo you
that was weird.
took for
The
this.
season 13 costume does not look good for like promotional
That's not true.
pictures either.
If you look on the back of Excellent Adventures, that's a good picture of him. The one that's holding the
The
Great Adventure.
Okay, I'll
egg.
give you that. Everything else is kind of like
there's few good shots.
It really just depends on the angle. Yeah, the angle and the lighting that you take the.
Yeah.
I've always liked the pictures that you saw of Carrie in that suit, like out in public, like those random photos of him in New York.
Oh yeah, I love
Look
those.
really good. But
I'm just
it's just
saying,
like
like,
in a studio, it just
yeah, it looks bad.
yeah, for sure. Nothing beats the OG cover of Super Singing Circus. Yeah. So we'll talk about those on the next stream. We'll also look at 2002 home videos. You Can Be Anything, Beach Party, Round and Round We Go, Barney's Christmas Star, which is interesting to have that as the lineup with those other videos. Almost like Sensational Day with Adventure Bus and Camp Wanna Run Around. It's a weird matchup. But the cool thing is, outside of the body actor changing, the voice, well, no, because Tim Dever took, the voice wasn't too different because you at least heard him in some of the stuff that predated it. So those are the videos we'll look at next. Brandon, you want to join us for that one? You like those videos?
I do enjoy those, so sure, I'll come back.
All right, yeah, you could join us. What day is that on?
Oh boy.
That's July 12th. So July 12th, we'll announce then who our special guest is for the stream that'll be coming 2 weeks after that. They are somebody from the Barney world. They're not somebody that reached out after we complained that they all avoid us. This is someone who's been wanting to talk to us, and they just couldn't. And so I circled back, and they agreed to do it. So we set a time. So we're really excited. I at least am really excited to talk to them. It's exciting to be able to talk to anybody from the franchise that is interested in coming in and talking. So hopefully more people will come after we talk to this person. But we'll announce who that is on the next stream. Are you raising your hand, Caleb?
Teacher,
what are you doing? What, you look like you were dancing or something. What's happening?
If it's not the gifted go get it, I'm out.
Yeah, we'll just have him come in and do a small performance for us.
That's it.
Dude, we would love for Bob West to come on, but Bob West is not coming on our stream.
Yeah, no. If we can't do the home video covers today, let's briefly talk about our favorite like tearjerker or like chill moments in Barney history, like stuff that gives you the chills. You know what I mean? Like scenes.
This might sound weird, but I always got chills. The only 2 times that they sang When Tomorrow Comes, when Baby Bop was mourning, both times the loss of the flower and the loss of it wasn't even actually the loss, but like just the separation of having to like let Monty go. That always, even though it being the later era, that always was something that like truly stuck out to me. Also when like the whole Julie story arc of her being adopted and then adopting the puppy is always a super like touching Barney moment, I think, for me at least. Yes.
Say one. I'm trying to see. The When Tomorrow Comes is a really good one because that definitely gets me. I get chill in the Pot Full of Sunshine. I get chills in the scene too when they start singing the friendship song. When it starts
special, so important. Didn't they do that? I don't mean to cut you off, but didn't they also use that same rendition in Once Upon a Dino Tale? When they sang that song, didn't it start off slow and then they built it up? I'm almost positive they did.
We can fact check. I don't remember.
I'm gonna pull it up while you're still talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, I gotta say that the same thing you said, and another one. What a World We Share. It's good to be home. Oh man, I got it.
Those are interesting.
Yeah.
I got a couple. The first one, it's slightly a tearjerker, but the acting kind of makes me laugh a little bit. One of them is in Barney's Birthday, season 1, where Kathy gives him her teddy bear because she couldn't think of what to give him. But then also just the way she delivers the line. It's like,
Yeah.
presents are important. And
I
it's
got it
all right,
for
all
you.
right. You're really trying to make her the
Yeah,
baby. You're really trying to make her the baby when she's probably like freaking 7 or 8 years
I'm about
old.
to say, she was like way too old to be talking like
Jesus
that.
I
Christ.
literally got
It's
this
a
for
cute
you,
moment.
Barney.
Yeah, when they sing "It's Good to Be Home," but particularly from Imagination Island, that's kind of
Imagination
emotional a little bit. That and the Tinkerput moment with Tasha.
Oh yeah.
And Barney's in Night Before Christmas singing "I Love You" with Hannah. That kind of gets me slightly because I feel like they had like a nice relationship with each other.
Mhm.
And then the last one is from the movie
Him and
when him and Cody hug. The fact that the added feature that he could close his eyes and then you could see
And
Yes,
embrace that hug.
David
Yeah.
kind of gripped him a little bit. Like I was like,
yes.
emotional on a level of puppetry. It's like if Barney hugs somebody, you're like, oh, that's cute. But the fact he's like, I'm like, okay, that's sweet.
Yeah.
There was a nice moment here.
Yeah. That's absolutely one.
My tearjerker has always been the ending of the movie, and I think I figured it out. It's the music, the score.
Oh, that too. Yes, just imagine. Sorry.
Yeah, when Barney reverts back to the doll when he's sitting next to Twinkie, it was always the music for me. I was like, oh, the movie's over.
I felt like he died.
Another tearjerker / gives me chills is the ending of Musical Castle. Although I dislike that show, there's something about when he gives the big confetti kiss and you hear the saxophone. I don't know what it is. It feels like it's a transition from lyric to hit.
It feels like a farewell to Bob, in my opinion. That ending.
Someone mentioned that in the comments earlier that video felt like like it was like the end of that series, that version of the series.
Exactly. That's what it feels like to me. And then like the slow-mo of like there's a father like carrying his kid on his back while he's there like watching the confetti. I'm like, oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. And then he dropped the kid afterwards.
That's another good that's another good tearjerker too that I forget about until we started talking about this. The montage at the end of Live in New York City when it's over and they're showing the cat, like the audience, and like the kids are like crying and like waving to him and stuff, like seeing those real reactions of like these kids saying, see you later or whatever to like their childhood hero, and them crying and like not wanting him to leave has always been one of my favorite parts of that whole video. It's just watching the audience like wave bye to him as he's on as they're ending the show or whatever.
Right. That little girl is just like
like
this. And mom's like, we've been here for 2 hours, Becky.
2 hours.
I'd like to go home.
I'm trying to think of another.
I feel like there's not a lot of tearjerkers because apparently Barney's not emotional.
Yeah.
Him coming to life in the movie always gave me chills. Still to this day.
It just gave me chills for the wrong reason. It was just creepy. It's like, why the first the tub is like lowering down. This thing just pops out of it's him, but also it's just like the whole. It's like, man.
Well, yeah, like in real life, yeah, you would be
terrifying.
freaking out, like, oh my god, what the hell's happening? But like just the way they set it up, the music, like, oh, he's coming. What's going on here?
Yeah. And you can hear Cody like busting his ass, tripping over that toilet.
Yeah, seriously. Why do you like Musical Castle?
Because it's
it's
Magical Musical Adventure live.
The version of I Love You from Birthday Bash isn't a tearjerker to me, but it does give me chills because it was very nostalgic.
It makes me cry for a different reason.
The reason why I love it, but also it makes me upset, is because it was like a pump fake to me. Like I was like, oh, okay, we're getting back to what Barney is, right? And then you just at that time of that show touring, not knowing that Barney was never coming back again for like the next 17 years or whatever. Why you said for a whole different reason for you? Why is that? What is that, Brandon?
That show just disappoints me. So
the show is a disappointment. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love the music, but the show is a disappointment. Malachi completely separated from that. They use that rendition of Friendship song in Once Upon a Dino Tale. It's the only 2 times they ever used it. I don't know if you guys know
Okay.
what we're talking about, but like in the hit era, only 2 times they used it. That video we're talking about, and then "Pop Full of Sunshine." The first half of the friendship song, "The Friends Are Special, So Important," they did like this more stripped back, almost lullaby version, and then into the second verse, the instrumentation builds back up into like what their song normally sounds like, which is a nice different take. They did it for that episode, I think, to like lean into the grief whole concept.
Yeah.
And Barney trying to cheer up Baby Bop. I don't know why they chose it for Dino Dancing or for Once Upon a Dino Tale, but it's a good rendition.
Yeah.
I like they did something similar to that. Sorry to cut you off for a second.
Oh, you're good.
I like when they did something similar to that during the what is it? Very Special Delivery season 2. Singing Everyone is Special, but they
Everyone is special,
like an acoustic.
It's my
version
favorite.
Of that.
Yep.
And then they shifted into I Love You, but they added the acoustic guitar on top of
And
that.
guitar,
Mhm.
Like, oh, that's
It was good.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Bob was
Last
good.
thing I'll say, you guys are gonna laugh. I don't care.
We'll see.
And
Dang, Brenda just throwing them.
it being
Dang.
animated, it doesn't really make sense. And the first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's sweet." But then you watch it now, it's like whatever. The grape jelly episode at the end.
See, you gave somebody bronchitis with that one.
Karan, that's
I can
messed
wait.
up. Yeah.
I can wait right here.
You sound like a teacher. You sound like a teacher. I can wait. I'll be doing that.
I can wait. Y'all wasting y'all own time doing this.
That's a trigger right
Y'all
there.
go get out of school late.
Malachi, is that a woman?
It's Madison.
I know.
In your room?
Yeah,
Show her.
she just went to go. She went
Tell
to
her.
go.
Dang,
Show
bro,
her.
you know what she
Hello.
looks like. Oh my god.
Show
Show
her.
us.
She'll be right back.
Man, we do it all. Man, what are you talking about? I'm just telling her to get on camera and say hello.
She
do it
will.
with,
She'll be right back.
Asia.
Do you see any of us showing off women in our backgrounds? No.
That's true. That's true.
I'm
Anyway,
in my office.
well,
No,
I
no
mean,
woman
like
would be in this room.
the first time when we watched the leak episode, there was something about watching David like walk his mom home, whatever, while the "I Love Me Too" song. I was like, "Oh, that's sweet," for some reason. But then you watch it now, it's like, yeah, whatever.
Which one was this?
The first episode. So the episode is about David not wanting to like take care of his sibling, whatever. And
Okay, that.
yeah. I don't know. It's like it was the first time they played it, and you kind of get a direction of where they wanted to go, but where they did eventually go was like, never mind.
I always love the season 2. Yes, the season 2 version. Yeah, that's so good.
Mind you,
What?
It's not a tearjerker
I
to
hope-
me, and it didn't really give me chills, but a nice wholesome moment in Barney that I think we often forget about is that interaction between Kathy and Linda in Sing and Dance when they're like in the in the woods or whatever for the whole camping thing, and that like them singing that song and just spending that time together, like Kathy being that mentor to a younger somewhat like version of herself was always kind of cool to see.
I would have to go back and see that again because I would skip that part because there's no Barney here.
Because there's no Barney, yeah. And
I
that's
thought
what
that song was boring as a kid, so I'm like, I'm skipping.
Yeah.
There's ain't nobody here.
That was supposed to be your intermission.
What's funny is that's what I would do as a kid is acting it out. I wouldn't skip it. I would just leave. I would leave.
Well, yeah,
the room
I took a
and
break.
go do something, and I'll know exactly
That's
when
your
it's time to come
intermission.
back.
Yeah.
But as an adult watching it, that's one of those moments where like it was cool seeing someone else in the show also be nurturing, not just Barney. You know what I mean?
Okay. And I thought of another one. At the end of what is it? God, I guess they renamed it Parade of Numbers, or was that the name of it? Season 2, episode 10 again. Parade of Numbers. It's 10 again. Parade of Numbers. Was that what it was? Or having tens of fun.
Having tens of fun or whatever it is. Yeah.
That last time we see Michael. And like he's walking away. That's after they sing "I love you," they walk away. But then he's like,
the high five.
You see Michael like, wait. It's like, well, yeah. And it's like, all right, I'm leaving. I'm not coming back. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's the last time we
That
see you.
just
It's
made me
kinda nice.
sad thinking about it. Dang,
That was
just
a
made
that
me
was a
sad
good
looking.
yeah.
That man
Thanks,
said,
It's
man.
"Get
funny to
out my
think about
show."
last time we see him. He's like, wait, let me high five him one more time. It's
That's
like,
a
all
good
right, see you,
one.
Michael.
And yeah,
That's a good one.
it is a good one.
Wow.
Is there
Awesome.
anyone else that we're missing?
What do you
I'm
mean?
trying to some more.
I can't really think
I'm
of any.
sure somebody said in concert. I saw a quote just now. That
Yeah, when he's like, I'll be there or whatever.
All
Yeah.
that long ass speech.
I like it really was long.
It's like, all right.
I liked the little interaction that Barney and Riff has. Like the caring episode where Riff was like
yeah.
not sure if the thing that he made was good enough because everyone else was buying things, and like that moment that they shared one-on-one was nice.
Mhm.
Same with Barney and Beth when she like hurt herself was always a good moment, even though he laughed at her first. Oh, Beth, you fell down. Like, man,
It was very sarcastic. It's like, oh no.
yeah.
Another good one is Barney and Melanie's entire interaction. Let's Make Music is really like really sweet. It's really really sweet. The entire
You said
the
Barney and
entire
Melanie?
video. Yeah. Even like in the end, she was like, "Dang, Barney, like I didn't even think I could do it," and he's like, "Well, I believe in you." Like he's just
That's one of the things that I always remember from Barney. That's one of those lines. The whole little statement he said to her when she was going to help Riff on stage when this stuff was breaking down. When he's
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
just remember, you always have a friend at your side. You know, like a friend
Yeah.
that believes in you. And that whole like
It was
line
so
has
sweet.
always
The whole-
been embedded in my
so
head.
sweet.
I'll get to
Go
one
ahead,
last
Kaylin.
one.
Yes.
I'll get to one last one, but I gotta address this. Somebody because I did a ask me anything the other day on Instagram. Somebody keeps saying that Ayo, how you say her name, revealed the plot synopsis of the Barney movie. She hasn't.
Okay.
Wait, what?
They're referring to that blog from like last year that was like,
That was fake.
it's yeah.
Yeah. All right.
no.
Well.
We knew it was fake. I don't know why that person keeps saying that. Anyway,
Yeah, we hate to break it to you, but they're not making a Barney movie.
no.
You
Masters
can
of the
tell
Universe
by
is
how they
terrible
pivoted
at
to
the box
He-Man,
office.
which no one wanted or cared about in the 80s or now.
Yeah, it's doing terrible at the box office.
They cared about the toys. That's it. No one cared about the show.
He's right. Oh god.
My last tearjerker is the ending of. They're all endings. The ending of I Love My Friends, when the little Asian kid's like, but
Whoa.
Barney.
Get the names of these characters.
I don't know her name.
No, but you are right, and I think part of it is because,
It's
at
the
least
last
to
video.
me, not that it was the last video. To me, I think it's different. I receive Barney's interaction with the kids on the show differently depending on how old they are. Like those kids were very obviously like the youngest of the youngest that they cast on that show, and so like their interaction with Barney seemed much more realistic from the viewpoint of what a kid who's watching this show would feel versus like Tasha or Tracy or any of them. Like that was also realistic, but I always have seen a different kind of interaction with Barney when the kids are much younger.
That one was awkward. That one was awkward to watch how drastically short those kids were.
Yes, they only came to like his knee.
Carrie had to like go all the way down.
Well, and I think it's because that suit they built for the first time, like actually to his body, so it made Barney appear so much taller than initially. Like the stomach would be lower and things, so he looked, even though he was always the same height, he looked shorter. Then that season 13 suit just made him look extremely tall.
Carrie was like the tallest body actor of them all.
Between him and Antoine.
Yeah, because even in like early years, there was a promotional still of him wearing like the season 1 suit, and you can tell it was like flooded up to like meet his like height, so where you can actually see like the ankles and stuff. Like, he was like,
yeah.
But yeah, the ending of I Love My Friends when she's like, me and you love Barney. Me and you love hugs, Barney. That's how we're like. And then he winks, and then she takes him like into the caboose. I was like, okay, that's a nice send off.
It was so sweet. It was very
back into the vault.
Any of the why can't I moments were always sweet. Barney and Emma in season 13. was always a good one because I mean they had to be more sentimental kind of things because of the song.
Dude,
I
it's
wanna
That
address
song drags.
See other kids
we know
in
that
the
you believe it, but you're believing something that's not true. So
so
believe it, but also know that it's fake.
So why can't I?
You think that song drags? Isn't it only like a minute and like 20?
It feels
It's a
unnecessary.
ballad, so of course it feels slow, and that's not usually what Barney was known for. So
It just feels unnecessary. They were trying too hard with an emotional song.
I preferred riffs.
I agree they were trying too hard with it. It's a good song, but I agree that they were trying.
It's a good
everything they were
song,
trying
but
to
not
do.
for Barney. Not for Barney.
Yeah. But good thing Barney never sang it though. You know.
Well, I'm not saying not for the character, not for.
Well,
the
I know what you mean for the show. I get what you're saying.
He sang his own version. Have you ever noticed? I'm a little too big.
That's funny to me.
Or how
That's ironic to me.
sometimes it's like, yeah, we noticed.
I love the scene when Barney announces that it's going to be a farewell tour, and he walks away from Joe Jackson and Before It's Bad in 1988.
All right, and so now it's time for us to wrap this show up. We've obviously gone for too long. You know, we've gone for too long when Kalen somehow makes a full circle moment back to Michael Jackson, which is also what he does in all of our chats. Every other day, you'll know that Kalen's made his round back to Michael because it's always another link of something.
He's right.
He's right.
Squidward.
Gonna stay with you forever now.
Awesome. Well, that's all that I have, everybody. Do you, Brandon, do you have anything that you can plug or you want to plug or anything?
No, nothing currently.
How did I fat shame Barney? What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
He's already big.
When he says I'm a little too big, and I'm like, yeah, of course.
Well, Barney said it, so it's not fair.
Well, he said it. I was just agreeing with him.
We're just
I was
reiterating.
supporting him.
Yeah.
Low key
butter
want
and
Barney
those
to
big
adopt me.
sandwich.
Well, we have news for you. Barney's a toy that you can adopt.
Barney's not real.
Oh, come on, man.
What?
Right.
We,
dang.
we,
Yeah,
we were
kids
talking
watching,
about
man. Come
costume
on.
actors for like 20 minutes.
So everyone likes Michael Jackson. Got it. I don't know if this is something that you're appreciative of or you dislike, and now I want to know a little bit more about it.
I'll tell you, it doesn't. Well, never mind.
No, don't do anything.
No, they don't do it. Yeah.
I feel like I know where you're gonna go. Don't go there.
Netflix doesn't like Michael Jackson, and they lost a bunch of subscribers.
Jesus Christ. Here we go. Kayla, you got anything you want to plug?
There you go.
Es así como así.
Mike Miyako Jackson.
Yeah,
Man,
like, go stream
switched the letters
microphone.
around just a little bit. Relax.
You sound like James Brown trying to say his name.
Metaphor for life, really. No, yeah, seriously.
Oh my
All right,
Lord.
Malachi, what about you, man? Anything you need to plug?
Nope.
Yeah, you do. Plug your podcast? You never promote your podcast, and you want people to listen to it. Promote it. The floor is yours.
Give him the screen. Yeah.
Hey guys.
Great minds.
I have a podcast that's called The Safe Space.
No. Hold on. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, go ahead.
I have a podcast. It is called The Safe Space Podcast. It is everywhere. It's on YouTube. It is on Apple Podcasts. It's on Spotify. It's on Amazon. You could just type in The Safe Space Podcast. Malachi Finch. I just concluded season 1. You guys might like it because I mean I'm talking from the perspective of a father and a teacher and a mentor, but I use a lot of Barney music in my podcast because it's Barney music. It's calming.
Yeah, but what is your podcast about?
I talk about understanding kids, digging deep in their minds and why they do the things they do, and how, if you're a teacher or a parent or a mentor or anything of that sort that works with kids, how you can be a better version of that person that you are in interacting with children.
Facts. Yeah, definitely tune in. Kaylin looks like a black auntie. Definitely tune in to it. Stream it, listen to it, support our friends. Caroline, you make me upset to say that you're indifferent when it comes to Michael Jackson, but you say Barney music slaps. If you can say that Barney music is good, which it is, there's no reason why you can't like Michael Jackson music.
Yeah.
That's real.
You sound like one of his
Brandon?
haters.
They're demanding that
You got anything
What?
you wanted to say? Go ahead.
No,
The floor is yours.
not really. I have nothing else.
Oh, okay. Andrew Coward says it's a really good podcast. Please give Malachi a listen, even if you aren't the demographic. There's stuff you'll relate to. Yeah,
Thanks,
I think
man.
it's really good to support our friends. That the cool thing with Barney is, you know, it is kind of like a family in a way, and we find a lot of people that we.
I love when puppets do that. I love when puppets do that thing, right? I love
I'm trying to
that
say
so
something
much.
heartfelt.
I love when they do that on Sesame
Go on,
Street.
finish your statement. It's okay.
Yeah, you should watch Malachi's podcast.
Thanks.
Man, puppets will never not be funny.
Never,
Got that right.
never.
Got a
All
scoop.
right, everybody. Well, that's all that we have today. We will see you in 2 weeks on the next stream. If you are not a part of Barney History Fans, please become a member. We are trying to revive the group because it definitely started to die. We're changing some admin and moderator things around. We're trying to try new ideas. So please become a member of that group if you're active on Facebook. We'd love to have you there. Love to hear your new ideas. Otherwise, we will see you guys all on the next stream. Peace.